I'm Steve DeSager.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them uninjured.
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute it.
And I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing!
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, no Cody McClure, as he is out for the next week and a half, 2 weeks on vacation to the West Coast, hanging out with his ma in California. Still got my P team here, Sam Beard, Bad News Bubba, and today, to ensure that we have a good, fun trivia, my boy Maddie has showed back up. What's up, Maddie? How are you this morning?
I'm exhausted. I'm tired, but I got to do what we got to do for the show. Here for trivia. I hear you're pretty good.
Nah, just compared to Cody. But I will say I haven't been quite as good the last 2 months. But I enjoy playing. The audience likes it, so we needed a game. So I'm glad you showed up. You said you're tired. You were down in Atlanta, right? You went to the Hawks game?
Drove to Atlanta yesterday for the game. At a buddy that plays for the Grizzlies. Watched them lose by 40, and then drove back. Got in around 2:30.
Did your buddy get to play?
Oh yeah, he played at least 20, 25 minutes.
Well, I know the Grizzlies are bringing just people off the street right now.
Anybody they can. Yeah, quite literally anybody. So if you want to suit up one of these days, give it a try.
You know, they are pretty much taking anybody. That was a mockery of what they're doing to basketball. It's sad. It is sad. I watched all that Hawks-Grizzlies game last night. Good result for my Hawks as we continue to try to march to the playoffs. But the Grizzlies, I mean, that's pitiful.
Scary stuff. The team looks good. I tell you what, the Hawks, they have a young, talented team.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
They're a star away.
Well, Jalen Johnson didn't play last night. Hell, imagine how bad it would have been had our best player played last night.
Right.
But a mockery. And the thing is, it's going around the league pretty much every night. Half the games look like that. And it does feel like the NBA has a problem that they're going to have to address this year, especially if they're going to try to bring in 2 new teams into the fray over the next couple of years. But I appreciate you driving back through the night to get here. Hopefully we can get you woken up and you can be all right. But I appreciate you. Sam, top of the morning to you.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Doing pretty good. Not a ton to report for me. Just a little work after the show. Went to the gym that was way too crowded, so I just left like pretty early.
Yeah.
And then came home and started up like a franchise on the new MLB The Show with my roommate doing we just did a fantasy draft. So we're trying to start over a team, just only working on the team, basically just the front office aspect of it. We're not playing a single game. We're just seeing how long it'll take for us to simulate our way to a World Series.
Now, when you say you did a fantasy draft, do you mean an expansion draft on the show?
Pretty much, yeah.
Or you mean you did a fantasy draft in real world, so then you're like, oh, let's play some baseball?
Oh, no, we did it on the – yeah.
It's like an expansion draft where you just draft a whole new team, basically.
Right. You just kind of start the league over from scratch, and every team is drafting different players.
Yeah, so you got guys from different –
You've got, Paul Skeens on the Guardians.
Right.
You want a really tough job, go rework the Marlins. Go give it a try.
We did the Rays. We did just a random MLB team. We just did the Rays. I think we're going to relocate them after this year. We won a playoff series, though.
I would
first year.
I haven't really done the sports games, at least the franchises in a long time. Maybe NBA 2K 18 was the last time. 19. Me and Klay Thompson on the Hawks. I mean, we were lighting things on fire. But do they keep it realistic in terms of Tampa Bay being hey, you can't spend any money? We only have $50 million on this roster to spend. Sorry, you got to get rid of these guys. Or
I do think that is kind of true because our strategy was we're just going to create the youngest team in baseball and just draft every top 100 prospect there is. And then we kind of got probably halfway through the team and we're we probably should get a veteran that can at least do something at the MLB level. And we got Giancarlo Stanton and Christian Yelich.
Ooh.
And those contracts are they're 60% of our payroll, probably.
Those are my guys right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some old Marlins there for you.
Yeah. Big G.
I mean, there's a very popular soccer game, right? Is it Football Manager? Something like that?
I've heard of that, yeah.
That basically is this, where you're just doing all the scouting and building up your system, but you don't actually play the game.
Hasn't there been an actual soccer GM now who's come out of that game?
I think I don't know if he's a GM. I was going to say he was a coach. I was going to say he actually became a manager of a pretty good team and had worked his way up because he was basically just Rain Man on the video game and was so good at it and had worked on all of his strategy and scouting. Maybe he was a GM, but I thought he was a coach.
Sounds a little bit more familiar, yeah.
But I mean, it seems like a ridiculous concept of I don't actually want to play the game. I just want to do the strategy. It failed in America with they tried that with Madden. It was just Madden head coach version, and you didn't really get to play the game. You were just doing the strategy and stuff. But it failed. I want to say they did that around 2010 or so. But the older I get, the more I kind of understand that because when I do play the video game, do a lot of simulation.
It gets, and especially for a baseball game, no one's going to sit there on a video game and play 162
I did
simulated games.
I did back in the summer of 2002. Me and Manny Ramirez high heat baseball. I ran through all 162 games and
probably had 80 home runs at the end of the year. Yeah,
I did because if you're playing the games, of course, you're going to do better against the computer, especially if you're not playing on the hardest level. But yeah, I did do that. Now I will say when I was playing college football last year, I would play most of those games, but I would simulate. I would get up a couple scores and then do the game simulation where you see how it's going. As long as I wasn't losing, I'd just let it finish out. I wouldn't play that start to finish. I'd just get out to a real far, good first quarter or hop in at halftime, something like that. Because who the hell has time to do all that? Bubba, top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you, John.
How are you, brother?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. Had a situation yesterday.
Oh, no, a situation.
So, I originally went to the store to get root beer. So
you're one of the people that are actively out there looking for root beer.
Yeah, I got some, diet root beer. That electric.
What's wrong
but then
I don't dislike root beer. I just never go out of my way to buy it. If it's the only thing around, I'll be oh yeah, I'll take some root beer. Or if I sometimes when I go to my sandwich shop, the Mountain Dew will be messed up. So I'll be you know what, I'm gonna get me some root beer instead. And I enjoy it for about half a cup, and then I'm okay, this is not that good. This is not very yummy.
I'm with you. Root beer is great.
Loved it as a kid.
They were advertising strawberries.
Strawberry root beer?
No. As buy one get one. They were not buy one get one. I got shafted there. And then I went to go get a box of scrimps and some of that imitation crab meat because my red flag is that I do not like using a buggy. So I just carry everything. So I've got the case of root beer, I got the strawberries, I got some tortilla chips, some pita bread, and now I'm adding on this box, shrimp and then the surimi fish. And then the shrimp falls, right? There's a couple people around. It falls, lands face down, opens up, shrimp shoots across the floor. I'm like, oh, shoot. So I kick it underneath, the aisle cart thing, whatever they got there. And then there's still like two more on the edge. So I like pick them out and I just throw them onto the shelves. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me.
I'm rooting for you, Bubba. I'm rooting for you.
Every day I go home, I'm thinking I'm rooting for Bubba. I hope he's having a good day. Every day I'm like, I hope that guy's having a good day because that's my buddy.
Thank you, John.
Was the root beer good?
Don't know. Didn't open it.
Okay. All right. I got nothing really to no tidbits, no caveats for me. Pretty boring night. Pretty solid. Good NBA night for me. Just with what I needed. The Hawks dominate. The Heat get dominated. The Magic lose to the Pacers. All in all, a pretty good night for me as I'm focused on the Hawks playoff race. That's what I do most of my weeks now.
Maddie, how tall is your friend?
6'8", 6'9".
Wow.
Okay.
Why?
I'm just curious.
Were you trying to see who it is? I mean, he'll tell you who it is.
I don't want him to tell me.
Okay, you want to guess?
Bubba wants to guess.
Okay.
Can't imagine it'd be that hard.
6'8". Yeah, just go through the roster. I ain't got very
Trying
many
to look at ages that correspond.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless his friends are just an old dude.
No.
Did he give you good seats? Do you have good seats?
Very good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Row K from the court.
Is he from America?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't imagine there was a lot of energy in that building last night.
No, well, you know what? That is one of the most underrated places to play. I think that arena is great. I think their PA announcer is fantastic. I love the turnover. We're going the other way call. It's one of the best in sports. And the fans showed up. They have this one section where there's two rows. I think it's section 121 or pretty close to it. And they stand the entire game and cheer and led by some coach that is like the section coach. And they cheer just the entire game. And they don't sit like it's college basketball. We need that in every arena in the NBA because it's a lost art in the NBA. And it's what makes college basketball as good as it is.
I know which section you're talking about. Yeah, it works a lot better when the team's winning. It's a little cringy whenever the team
of field trips yesterday.
That's good. Get the
That's
kids
how you
out
know
there.
there's no attendance.
Yeah,
and they got to bring in the kids.
I can't imagine how many people were beating down the door to go watch the Memphis Grizzlies play.
It's only 5 hours away.
We should have had you do a survey of Atlanta Hawks fans on if they were for or against the suspension of Magic City night.
I am strongly against them canceling that. I think everybody was. Also, side note, saw Jemai Mayshak, said hello to him. That was great, although he didn't play. And there were plenty of Grizzly fans there. It's only 5 hours away. They gave out a really cool hat. The giveaway of first 5,000 fans, which was great because there was only 4,500. They gave out a really cool Hawks hat. Nice hat.
Did you get one?
Yeah.
Did you keep it?
Yeah. Like, it was good enough where I could, put aside the fact that I hate the Hawks and wear it.
Okay. Well, I hope you had a good time at the basketball game.
Yeah.
We'll talk some basketball coming up. March Madness is here. Tennessee has made it to the second week. That means we can still talk about it and be happy about it. We'll discuss. We got some Tennessee football updates coming up throughout the show. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Sam, as we sit here on Tuesday and you look at the NCAA tournament as a whole, what do you view as the biggest story? Is it just Tennessee and focus on Iowa State and their health? Is it anything else? Because I saw a list yesterday that really drove it home for me when I actually just looked at the 16 coaches remaining. I know we talked about the programs yesterday, but the coaches in this field, a real who's who. I mean, Ben McCollum, I know he's new to the party. I know people are talking highly of him, but even just removing him, you really got 15 of like the 17 or 18 biggest names at the party in the second round.
To me, it would be the fact I did see that list as well, and to me, my first thought on that list was everyone kind of said that the new era of college basketball and NIL would kind of kill the old coaches, and when you saw Jay Wright and all these guys retire, but now you've got Kelvin Sampson, Rick Pitino, Tom Izzo, Calipari, Barnes, like you've got a good group of, it feels like at least almost making up half of the field, of just kind of old school coaches that have kind of adapted their game to the modern basketball.
So the adaptation part is important to me, because I could have easily seen a road where the transfer portal and NIL ruined Rick Barnes too, but we give him credit for his adaptation. You knew Calipari was going to be fine because Calipari he lives for this, being able just to legally pay players and not even have to hide it anymore, and just, hey, come here, La Familia. You knew he'd be okay. But seriously, when I look at that list of 16, I don't really know who's missing outside of Bill Self. And I don't know if in 2026, with his health concerns and him being kind of beaten down, I don't even know if Bill Self still feels like a top 15 coach. But I'll give him respect for what he's accomplished. To me, he's the only guy that's kind of not here. And then Mark Few. Those two. So Kansas and who else did I just say? Gonzaga. Jeez Louise, just with like Kansas and Gonzaga not being there because we argued about, whether or not Kentucky was still a blue blood. Whatever, they are, but Mark Pope does not belong on this list. You could say Todd Golden at Florida maybe had earned his way on this list, but otherwise, man, it's just the top coaches in the country just right here in the Sweet 16 as we get set for some real heavyweight battles this weekend. They got me pretty fired up. Who do you rank as number one in the field right now if you were ranking the coaches? Maddie, is there a coach that stands out to you in the country?
I couldn't go Calipari just because of recent history. Isn't one at Arkansas. If you look at total wins, you're right up there with Rick Barnes. Few's a good one, but Few's out. So,
Sam, what about you? Who do you have on your list?
I would be going either between Rick Pitino or like Kelvin Sampson right now, I think.
It's such a comeback for Rick Pitino. He is a scumbag, but I will say I feel like, despite having to get on the stand and admit to the world that he only lasted 15 seconds with his mistress, like I think he disappeared. He paid his dues. Like I said, I compare him to Napoleon getting, ostracized and sent away, exiled. He's came back, and I do love his chance at redemption, which is funny because he's a scumbag and we don't really root for those type of people as like the scrappy like baby face. But I feel that way about him this weekend. It helps that he's getting to play Duke, and we want to see Duke lose.
Dan Hurley.
Dan Hurley also a scumbag, but yeah, like him at the top of the list is probably the right answer.
Yeah,
I guess.
Just because of recent history.
If you're looking at the coaches in the field, Dan Hurley probably deserves the most respect because even last year in his down year, I thought they played Florida closer than anybody.
Yeah.
And honestly, looking at the way Todd Golden has coached the tournament outside of last year, maybe it was just Walter Clayton Jr. just going absolutely crazy and nuclear that saved them from losing that game last year and getting knocked out by UConn.
Saw him yesterday. He was not too pleased.
Walter Clayton Jr.?
Yeah,
I saw him. It would suck to go from a national champion, winning a bunch of games, to having to tank in the NBA.
He doesn't like his role in the Grizzlies. But that's not breaking news.
I don't think anybody likes their role in the Grizzlies.
It's true.
Do you root for Kelvin Sampson, Sam? Because I have him near the top of the list based on his longevity and what he's done at Houston. Do you root for him to kind of kick down the door?
Yeah, I do. I know you don't like Kelvin Sampson. You think
what?
Houston plays a gross brand of basketball.
Hold on.
You always poo-poo Kelvin Sampson.
Kelvin Sampson's great.
Do I poo-poo Kelvin Sampson?
All the time.
Is that true?
Their brand of basketball.
Huh?
One of the greatest defensive minds in college basketball.
I've been talking trash about Houston because they lose the games I watch them and I bet on them. But
yeah, I feel like you've let like your gambling losses on Houston skew your view of Kelvin Sampson.
This feels unfair to me because I don't remember ever really saying that. And I was rooting for them hard last year after they beat us. Now, they let me down last year. So I do have some animosity about the gambling side of things and them letting me down. But I don't have a problem with their brand of basketball because they basically play Tennessee brand of basketball, just trying to beat you up. Now, I thought
that's why I've always been confused, why I feel like you kind of give Houston a hard time.
I give Houston a hard time because this year I told you I watched them 3 straight games, and I just happened to be there on their 3-game losing streak when they got punked by Arizona and gave up that 10-point lead against Iowa State, and then got blown out of the gym by Kansas. I think I maybe came in and said I hate Houston in that regard. But I picked them in my championship game, Sam. I don't think I have problems with Sampson. I got a little bit of a soft spot from him, too, from his time in Indiana.
It's a great coach. Really great coach. One of the best.
If I'm looking at the field, like he's probably the guy I'm rooting for, if not, Tennessee and Rick Barnes, obviously. Like that's number one. But but outside of that, I would like Sampson to finally get his championship.
Yeah.
And then if not him, probably Pitino.
Nobody.
Just so that Pitino could either burst into flames or reveal his secret plan where the lights go out in the arena and he turns into a vampire and goes and bites everybody's neck and is able to drain a Final Four stadium.
Nobody cares about Tommy Lloyd?
No, I honestly don't care about Tommy Lloyd. I literally have zero thoughts on Tommy Lloyd. as
Zero?
a coach. Like
Not one?
I got no beef with him. I think he's pretty good, but like I don't know if I like him or dislike him. Do you have any thoughts on Tommy Lloyd?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of watched him get so close to like peeking over the top of the hill and just become unsuccessful every year.
What's
and
the top of the hill for him? Like the Sweet 16?
Yeah,
right.
This is
exactly.
as far as he's ever been.
But he's had the talent every year. You know what I'm saying? And somehow he's been able to keep a job. So, but this year he's I'm rooting for him because I picked him, so I need him to win. So I am rooting for Tommy Lloyd.
They need to at least like make the Final Four.
Yeah.
Before I start asking questions about whether or not he's got what it takes.
It's the best team since Keyshawn Johnson and Pelle Larson.
But I literally have no thoughts on Tommy Lloyd. He's fine.
He's just fine.
He's fine.
You're indifferent.
Completely indifferent. I feel like I'm supposed to hate Matt Painter just based on the Tennessee-Purdue history. But I kind of liked him cutting a promo. He answered your boy. Did you see that about High Point? Matt Painter came out and answered your boy.
What did he say?
And basically is like, kind of explained, like, don't come out here and talk to me about mid-majors and blah, blah, blah. He's like, we scheduled and named off, 3 teams. He's like, we scheduled Akron and named off, like, 2 other teams that were better than Miami of Ohio the last couple of years. He's like, we put them on the schedule. He's like, and also we're gaming the net system, yada, yada, yada. And then also talked about how they had scheduled 2, like, D2 schools. But it was also like, he needs to be careful because I assume he's about to get himself a power job. He's going to leave the mid-major himself, so he's kind of just talking with a fork in his mouth. I don't really know what that means. With a forked tongue. I don't really know what that means. I guess maybe just out of both sides. I don't know if I've heard that phrase, a forked tongue. But it kind of, I guess, implies there's a split. It's like where you're talking maybe out of both sides. But he responded to the High Point guy, and I was like, you know what, Matt Painter, good for you. That's how you defend yourself. Barnes, to me, though, if I'm looking at it from a national perspective, I wonder if other fan bases look at him as like kind of the equal to Sampson. Maybe not so much as from a coaching standpoint, but like would really like to see this guy break down the door and make a deep run.
It does feel like we've started to get like obviously everyone around town is very aware of like how many Sweet 16s in a row we've made with Rick Barnes and how far he's elevated just the ceiling or the floor of this team. But I feel like nationally people have kind of started to latch on to like, all right, he has made this Tennessee team a lot better. And like, this is a guy that we could root for to kind of break that door down.
Well, not only that, but gotten rid of the Rick Barnes jokes because, I mean, that was the stigma attached to him was that he's a choke artist in March. I mean, that was the story when Texas got rid of him. And, his first couple years at Tennessee, you can't say really that those teams maximize their position. Getting beat by Cinderella, Loyola, Chicago, and then, losing the Sweet 16 game and kind of blowing that lead against Purdue. And when I say lead, just the 2-point lead at the end and not being able to win. And then Rick Barnes, not to relitigate it or rehash it, but starting overtime with Grant Williams on the bench in overtime still is about the dumbest thing I've seen a coach do. But that's been a long time ago, and I do think he has rehabilitated and fixed that image to where now you think of him as a pretty good coach in March. He does get you to the Sweet 16. And when he does lose, it's not like he's losing to bums. The last couple of years, you lost to Houston and you lost to Zach Edey. And you gave both of them, or at least you really gave Purdue a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Houston, you didn't have much for them.
How would you evaluate his season as a whole?
His season as a whole,
yeah.
I would have given him a C or a C minus prior to the NCAA tournament. I think you got to raise that grade up when you get to the Sweet 16. Because I do think it's important to remember, and it really kind of smacked me in the face. We've only made 12 Sweet 16s in our entire program's history. I knew that there wasn't a lot of success before Bruce Pearl. I knew that. I remember that, but I guess it's been so long of us being a pretty good program that maybe you take that for granted. Because when I was looking yesterday, I was like, 4 straight Sweet 16s, and that's literally a third of our appearances as a program in the Sweet 16. So, like, Rick Barnes making that kind of the floor, to me, has knocked him up. It's been a B minus season for him so far.
B minus because of the tournament.
No, yeah, it went from a C minus to a B minus. I'll bump him up a full letter grade.
All right, I'm with you. I can accept that.
And if you beat Iowa State, that probably goes up to an A-.
Wow.
Getting to a third straight Elite Eight, and that would be 75% of your program's history in the Elite Eight. Like, getting there this year, that's literally a quarter. 25% of your would be 25% of your appearances. That's worth a letter grade for me.
Somebody said yesterday that looking at Iowa State and then the rest of the way, possibly if you were to beat Iowa State, I agreed with them in the sense that I didn't believe in Michigan. Obviously, we've seen Alabama, but depending on what happens on the west side of things, Iowa State might be your hardest matchup.
I disagree. I think Michigan's your toughest matchup.
I haven't believed in Michigan all year. So if you don't believe in Michigan, I could see that point depending on what happens between Arizona and Arkansas. You could see Arkansas beating Arizona. Purdue and Texas, I think Tennessee could beat either of those teams, particularly Purdue, despite the fact that I get it, they're number 2. And then, of course, you got to go into the championship with one of Michigan, UConn, Duke, or St. John's.
Iowa State's really tough in the sense of their ball pressure, but Sam, I saw a stat yesterday that gave me some hope. That gave me some maybe even confidence when it comes to Tennessee, Iowa State, especially if Joshua Jefferson is going to be out or hobbled. In all 7 of Iowa State's losses, they have been out-rebounded, and they have given up at least a 31% or higher offensive rebound rate.
I saw that stat as well. That one made me feel good.
Yeah, because, Tennessee, Maddie, you talked about it.
45%.
Historically great, historically elite at offensive rebounding rate. So, in the 7 losses Iowa State has, they've given up 31% or higher. Tennessee, I'm not going to say they're going to beat them over the head with 45 or 50%, but, I think 31 is very, very attainable. I'd be surprised if Tennessee, especially if Jefferson's out, wasn't living in the 40% range. Which makes me think that Tennessee could, kind of make up the difference in possessions lost. A big thing I'm looking at this weekend on Friday, Sam, is what they call pick sixes, in basketball. The equivalent of a pick six in football, which is the live ball turnovers that lead to layups. Iowa State was able to really force those against Kentucky. I need to go back and watch the Virginia game because I know we had 9 second-half turnovers, but I don't feel like a lot of them were what you'd call pick sixes. Just the ones that jump out to me are kind of the ones on the inbounds. And, of course, those are all dead balls. Nate Ament shuffling his feet, traveling, letting the ball go out of bounds on him while he's trying to catch it. Felt like a lot of our turnovers were dead ball turnovers. I need to go back and watch the second half just to really know that for sure. But that's something against Iowa State I think we should differentiate. It's not necessarily just turnovers, but it's how many turnovers lead directly to Iowa State points, because I feel like their offense was a little bit in the mud against Kentucky until they started getting those runouts. They're going to be without their best player, or at least without him being 100%. You don't need to help them by giving them a whole bunch of easy run-out points.
You do the opposite.
You need to take care of the ball for sure. But if you do turn it over, like I said, let them be dead ball turnovers.
You run out yourself, too. You got to play with pace. You got to play with speed.
I don't know how much Tennessee is going to want to play with pace. If it's me, on one hand, I do think Tennessee's offense can flow better when they get out there, but I do think this is going to be an old-school Rick Barnes game where he's going to want to slow it down and let Gillespie kind of dictate the pace, keep it slow, and really try to use those bigs. And I think if I'm Barnes, and I think most coaches would agree with this, the faster we go, the more likely we are to force turnovers.
Yep.
Or create, half turnovers, be sloppy with the ball. So the slower we go, the better we're going to be at protecting the ball. And I think if I'm Rick Barnes in that offense, that's one of my 2 keys. Hammer the offensive glass, don't turn the ball over. And not necessarily in that order.
You familiar with the Evan Maekawa kill shot?
That's just a 10-0 run, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has Iowa State is the streakiest kill shot team in the country, whereas Tennessee is the least streaky.
Now,
so,
when you say streaky, does that mean on both ends?
Yes, Iowa State can go and put together a 15-0 run on you, but just as easily give up a 15-0 run on you. Whereas Tennessee is just, they're not going to go get on a run themselves, but they're not going to give up a run themselves.
Is that surprising to you, hearing that Tennessee doesn't really go or give up runs? Because I guess
really.
when I just think of us blowing multiple double-digit leads, I would assume there would have been, multiple kill shots for that team making a 10-0 run. Or maybe we just do more of the slow bleeding in those where we just a 12-point lead goes to 9 for a couple minutes. And now it's 7. And then it's 4. And they just kind of walk us down that way. That makes me feel good, though, that we're pretty steady. Because I do think, Iowa State, if you tell me they're very streaky, that would check out to what I've seen when I've watched them. I won't pretend to be an Iowa State expert just yet as I'm doing my prep for this weekend. But I watched them against Houston turn a 9-point deficit, 7-point deficit into a lead in just a couple minutes. I watched them do it to Kentucky where they just completely swarmed them. So it does check out to what I've watched, too, in their games that matter.
You sound pleased this year with Tennessee's half-court offense.
No, I don't think that's the case. I think I've been pretty annoyed by a lot of it because Barnes talks about, and he was talking about after the game on Sunday, how he still values, good post play and trying to get other people in foul trouble. And I think that's antiquated. I've been pretty frustrated with it. But I don't necessarily want to get in a track meet this weekend with Iowa State. So I do think if Tennessee plays a half-court style this weekend, I'll be okay with it because matchup-wise, I think it makes sense.
In relative to recent years, when Tennessee's half-court offense is at its best, it's very good. Might be the best in 4 years, despite the Dalton Connect year. But we talked about running out and just playing with pace. One of the things that killed Virginia in that game was playing inside out. They did a lot of inside basketball for that first half, really dominated the paint, and then it allowed them to get shots outside because they were able to kick once they had to double inside. Something they took advantage of heavily was the help defense, the over-help defense by Virginia. And credit to Rick Barnes, he made that adjustment halfway through the first half, and it's what really worked for Tennessee's offense. This seems like a game where you get to play inside out with pace as opposed to play in half-court offense, get it down and swing it out. You get to do it by just trying to get it down there, try to play in transition, and then work your way out.
We'll see what the go is because, to me, J.P. Estrella is still kind of the only guy on Tennessee's team that you can dump the ball in the post to and feel confident with. Even with Carey having his 10 points, I still don't really love, giving him dedicated post-ups.
Yeah, but he was with Carey, and you got to give him credit, he was efficient in the sense that he only took good shots. He was 4 or 5 from the field. He did what he had to do. He played the role to a T.
I thought he played good against Virginia. I don't know if that necessarily means he's going to carry over. He's going to play good against Iowa State, but
it's all about shot selection.
But even then, a couple of his buckets were at the end of shot clocks where it was playing C or D.
Right.
I'm okay if Jalen Carey gets the ball after we swing it around a couple times and it's just hey, I got a quick seal here, boom, dump it down, get fouled. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with bringing him down the court and posting him up at the 18-second mark and that being plan A.
He also ends up being the beneficiary of a lot of offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities.
Sure. Now, I will say, for as good as he played offensively, I did think the rebounding was kind of lacking from him on Sunday, ironically enough, just because I do think he played a pretty good game. But when you check, you only see 2 rebounds. 1 offensive, 1 defensive. That's not going to be good enough. He's going to have to help Tennessee dominate the glass. Virginia had a solid size front line, especially since Carey played some of his minutes as a small ball 5. He got a couple minutes run there. But, he's got to be bigger rebounding. I thought during Virginia's run, and, we talked about that really awful call where they gave, the guy from Virginia 2 free throws on a foul and a rebound. But that was Carey getting out rebounded there. That was him getting out muscled up. And then I thought that was bad. So, I need him against Iowa State to still kind of mainly focus on protecting the glass.
MyPF. You know what that stands for?
MyPF. My power forward.
Make your presence felt.
Make your presence felt.
That's what our coach used to say to us, including Jalen Carey in high school. He used to take some advice from old Jimmy Carr.
Make your presence felt.
Yep.
Yeah, because, Tennessee, I know Iowa State is a tough brand. I know they play hectic, but like Tennessee, I feel like needs to come in with the mindset that they're going to be the more physical team here. I feel like if Tennessee is going to win, it's going to be because they have dominated the glass. It's because the guards have handled pressure.
Yep.
Have handled bumping. I saw some discourse going online with some Iowa State fans, and it was kind of like a backhanded compliment, but it was mostly just like putting down Kentucky of just like how they couldn't handle any pressure, and they've been crying about like the physicality. And they were like, I hope Tennessee fans know that basketball is a contact sport this weekend. And then, of course, a lot of Tennessee fans are like, oh, trust us, brother. We love that. We love the physicality. It feels like it's going to be a bloodbath of just two teams kind of ramming into each other. You hope you can limit Iowa State's three-point shooting, and you hope you can limit their points off turnover.
Did we get a report on Joshua Jefferson's MRI to tell us what we need to know?
I still have not seen an update. I did see a CBS interview where a guy they had as an injury expert said he anticipated Jefferson playing, but like I don't know exactly how that guy would know or anything. It felt just like speculation.
Yeah.
They had an injury analyst, Marty Jaramillo, who is like I said, he's just listed as a sports injury analyst at CBS Sports. 30 years as a sports physical therapist. He said that he expected him to play.
4 minutes ago, Rothstein just said Joshua Jefferson is, quote, continuing to progress.
At this point, I think he'll play. At least give it a try. Like, I would be surprised if Friday nights, as we get set for the game, he's not at the least a game time decision. And we've also seen in the past in the tournament, guys go out there and try to play and only be able to go a couple minutes and say, hey, it ain't working.
Regardless, it benefits them for him to be a game time decision anyways.
In what way?
Changes how Tennessee scouts all week. If you have to say right now he's either out or he's in, it changes how Tennessee prepares. Not to mention, they also have to prepare for the possibility of Michigan or who's Michigan? Alabama. So you only have a day in between games. You have to have the time this week to go over what could be the next matchup between Michigan and Alabama, because you're not just taking that day to go through walkthroughs and practice. You need 2-3 days at home to just prepare what you could have on your plate.
They'll have a couple of the assistant coaches and analysts and whatever working on Alabama and Michigan. I would imagine Iowa State's got 99% of their focus on Tennessee right now. I would say to the flip side, though, like I understand the idea of like giving teams stuff to scout for and all that. And hey, we're going to call him questionable. We're going to call him a game time decision. Prepare for us both ways. I do wonder how that would affect their own locker room, though, like it being up in the air too.
No,
their game plan.
I can't. Oh, Iowa State.
Yeah, if you're Iowa State, like
they know more than we do.
Sure, but like, do you think they actually know right now whether or not he's playing?
I think they have a general idea. I think they can lean a direction that they're comfortable with.
I think they would probably say, hey, we're planning for him not to be here because we've had 30 games with him. We'll do more of that. But I also think that's just something hanging over their guys' eyes too, because if he's not playing, guys are going to be asked to do completely different things. Your second best player has to step up and be your best player. Your second scorer has to be now your go-to scorer. All that changes.
The likelihood. They know the likelihood as of right now. I'd be willing to bet.
I would say they're still kind of up in the air themselves about whether or not he's going to play, because I do think they're going to have to hope that ankle progresses. We'll continue the conversation on the other side. Stick with us as Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Here at Fan Run Radio, we're not just some podcaster streaming from his mother's basement, but we're also not a bunch of mouthpieces on state-run radio telling you what we've been told to say. We're the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, it's Russell Smith here for ECR Total Landscapes. I had the ECR crew out to my house last year to remove multiple trees on my property, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the work they did. Not only did they cut down several trees that were too close to my house, they also grinded the stumps and cleaned up the work site, leaving my yard looking better than before. Take it from me, if you've got a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree that's threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes for a free estimate. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. 865-384-2012. That's 865-384-2012. Your local tree cutting experts. These guys get the job done. Check out their website, ecrtotallandscapes.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
That's why they call me Shady.
We are back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Support the people who support us. Sam, when you look at this matchup, do you value experience? Because, you know, we talked about Rick Barnes. He has made back-to-back Elite Eights. The guy on the other sideline, TJ Otzelberger, has not. Iowa State has not since the year 2000. Now, Tennessee, of course, the players. You know, there's a couple of holdovers from last year's Elite Eight team. Do you view experience as a favor here for Tennessee?
I would definitely say our coach has the experience factor. I would say their roster has the experience factor. I would be feeling I'd feel a lot better about this game if you just had like just one of those guys kind of from last year's team, even just like a Jordan Gainey type of guy that kind of knows just what it takes, you know, in some of these games. And, you know, I know Felix has been there, but just one of those guys that you feel like you could really kind of lean on to say, hey, like we might need you to go get us 15 points just kind of off the bench or something like that. But I don't know. I definitely think I'd give the edge to our coach, but I think their players are juniors, seniors. A lot of their impact players are upperclassmen guys.
Are they guys that have made deep tournament runs though? Like, I mean,
that team hasn't made a huge deep tournament run.
I just didn't know if any of the guys were big transfers that I was kind of
not necessarily
that had been there on different teams or whatever.
I just think that's kind of like they know how to play with each other type of thing.
What do you value more? Experience as a coach or experience as players?
I don't know. It's partly why I was asking, because it is easy to look and say, hey, Rick Barnes has the experience, but like Rick Barnes isn't the one going to be out there making shots. You know what I mean? Like Rick Barnes, I typically side with in basketball more so than football, but like when it comes time to play, it really comes down to the players for most of the time, you know, in a basketball game. There's certain things the coach can affect, of course. Timeouts, you know, out of bounds plays. Can Rick Barnes find Tennessee, you know, 6 to 8 points on his out of bounds plays? You know, can he draw those up, you know, on baselines? Can Tennessee get one of their alley-oops and a couple of back doors? Can he spring Jacoby open for a corner three that he hits? Like that stuff matters, and you got to find, like I said, 6, 8, 10 points there. Because like Barnes said something interesting, and I think when I talk about the coaching, I think I just kind of say Barnes because he's the head coach. But when talking about the rotations and lineups, did you hear him talk about, you know, Coach Gainey? Coach Gainey said he actually kind of frustrated him at the end of the game because Coach Gainey was the one with a minute left that made the decision to put in Amari Evans and take out Nate Ament, you know, defensively. And said, you know, Evans came up with a huge play But Barnes is like, I was kind of miffed at him because I knew I was going to take my last time out to put Nate back in on offense. And I knew we might need that last time out because of the way they were pressuring us. But, with the rotations, I think sometimes I just call that Barnes. But, maybe it's mostly been an assistant the whole time. They'll have to push the right buttons there. And I don't know what percentage. I don't know how many guys Tennessee is going to want to play in this game. Do you just try to go out there and win with your best 7.5, or do you try to say, hey, the pressure's getting to us, we got to put more guards out there? This could be a big Ethan Berg game.
Oh.
I mean, it could be. Tennessee might have to get more ball handlers on the court.
Don't say that.
Because I don't know how great Boswell is going to be at handling pressure. And if they press Jacoby Gillespie for 35, 40 minutes of the game and just hound him, that's going to really wear him down. So, you might have to have that extra ball handler out there. Nate Ament can handle it a little bit, but, even that, I don't really want him breaking it up full court with him being his size. They can easily get up under him. And, he hasn't been very, trustworthy with the ball against pressure. I'm fine with him, I'm fine with him starting the offense, half court, handling the ball there. But in terms of being a main ball handler or going up against the press, don't love it. Don't love it.
If they go with 7, who from the Virginia game, because 9 played in the Virginia game, who doesn't play?
I mean, I would look at it and say that, Henderson, I'd be surprised if he got any minutes. I mean, he got, at least in the box score, credited for 1 minute against Virginia.
Less than a minute.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
I didn't even count him when I said he was the 9th player.
I would be surprised if I saw him out there. And, foul trouble aside, at this point, I might be surprised if I see Dwayne out there. Unless Tennessee is just saying, hey, we're going to maximize our bigs at all times, and we're going to punish you with them. And we're going to keep them fresh, and we're going to rotate them. It's going to be a big part of our game plan. I just think Brown, especially in a game like this, is better suited to play center. And the fact that Barnes didn't let him play any minutes at center, especially when Tennessee went small, makes me think that they're not going to trust him. They're going to gravitate towards veterans. And I'm not even saying that's wrong, because I don't think they gave Dwayne enough reps, enough minutes throughout the season to really get him comfortable in that role. So if you want to roll with Carey out there at this point, I don't love it. My feelings on him have been made clear, but hell, he's a veteran that they've shown that they're going to trust. So at this point, maybe I'd rather see that than just, put Brown out there and let him get baptized by fire, because these games are going to be high-pressured situations. This is the biggest game Nate Ament's ever going to, has played in his career. There's a good chance it's the biggest game he plays in for the next 3 or 4 years. Jacoby Gillespie, we saw him. He played in one of these last year. Felix Okpara, he played in one of these. JP Estrella's played in these. Those guys have experience. But Bishop Boswell and Nate Ament, two of your main guys, that's the biggest game they've played in. At least been asked to do anything. Because Boswell didn't get any minutes last year in the tournament outside of the Wofford game. So that's the biggest game he's ever played in as well. How are those guys going to respond to it? I don't know. It's part of the fun. Nate Ament didn't respond well the first, game and a half of the tournament, but I thought he played pretty good in the second half against Virginia when it got to crunch time, when it got time to make or break the season. I thought he made some plays. Now, I also thought he, peed down his legs a couple times, going up against pressure, turning the ball over. But getting a shot off, and being offense, I thought he was really good.
How worried are you about his ankle?
How worried am I about it?
If at all.
I'll say 0% worried about it, just because it is what it is at this point. You know what I mean? I'm 0% worried about it because it just is what it is. He's going to play. There's not a new injury out there that's got him to be questionable. So he's going to play, but he's going to be limited. I think it's clear that his athleticism has been affected a little bit, and that his movement's been affected a little bit.
He keeps re-injuring it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that moving forward if I was like an NBA team looking at it. Like, is this a thing that's going to constantly be issues with you? Or are you just like playing through an injury and like you haven't given it time to properly heal and it'll be fine once you like sit for a month or two? I don't know. Greg Polinsky said it, and I kind of agree. If I was an NBA team, I'd look at this as like, hey, this guy's a warrior. Like in terms of him trying to be out there and trying to play through an injury. I would ultimately view that as a good thing in terms for his competitiveness, especially like juxtaposed up against somebody like, Darren Peterson, who doesn't seem like he really wants to play basketball. I think if I was an NBA team, I'd always want to draft somebody that loved the sport and wanted to play and compete. But in terms of like him down the stretch run, yeah, I don't think he's going to quite be, 100%. Now, with that being said, he wasn't quite 100% against Auburn, and it was good enough to still dominate for a, 10-minute stretch there. So I still think he's got it in him. So, no, I'm 0% worried about the ankle just because I just think it is what it is.
Is it fair to say Nate is the second best player on this team?
I still think I'd probably call him the best player on this team.
Okay.
But with the way Gillespie's playing right now and the way Nate is playing right now, I'd say Gillespie's playing better at the moment.
In that Virginia game, he was fourth among starters in minutes.
Yeah.
That should tell you everything you need to know about his ankle.
Yeah, him only playing 29 minutes. That's
Gillespie
probably
played more. Bishop played more. Felix played more. So he was fourth.
I'd say that you're right about that. I'd also say that probably reflects the coaches wanting to keep two bigs on the court at all times. And Boswell had it going offensively, and they had to find some minutes for Amari Evans.
Yep, his defensive inability, Gainey, like you said earlier, took him out. I get it.
I don't love that they view him as a defensive liability because I don't feel that way.
It's a liability, inability in certain spots. It's not a liability.
I don't view that as the case at all. Like I'd like to talk to Gainey about that because I think Nate is still. I think he's our best overall defender.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think he gives you rim protection. I think he can stay with anybody on the perimeter. I would like to kind of know their rationale for that. Is it just them trying to give him a breather before a big offensive possession? Because sometimes it feels like that. They're trying to take him off the court to give him a little bit of a rest so that way he can give a big spurt on offense.
I think we're just spoiled.
Maybe it's that.
We're spoiled. We had two of the best defenders in college basketball last year. 2.5 if you like rim protection, Felix.
Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. This September, experience the perfect fall getaway on the New England Rails and Sails Tour, or join CNB in October to chase the Northern Lights in Iceland. Get in on the fun by calling 865-429-7935.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Fall fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional. I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves. You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice. Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now? Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Should we do the trend with him? Should we show him the trend?
Yeah. You ready?
You're listening to Talk Sports.
So we all go around the room, and it's very simple. Somebody says, "Give me my money," and then you cheer. You go, "Ah," and you just go around the room doing it. Jack, okay, you start.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Give me my money.
Yeah! You got to cheer, Cody. Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Now my turn. I gotta get my best Italian accent. Give me my money.
Yay!
Now your turn.
Give me my money. I don't like it.
On 1340 WKGN.
Yeah, let me try again. Give me my money. You're supposed to cheer. You guys said to cheer.
It actually does.
The hell is this?
It does actually make me laugh. That's
what is this?
I get it. I get it.
Hour number 2, kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's go to the news, man. Let's get some news. Who's stepping up today? Bubba? Sam? Maddie? Who's the newsman?
I got one.
Okay, go for it.
I'm not a fan. I don't watch this. I have nothing to do with this. I was told by a female friend of mine last night that it's on today, and apparently it's a ginormous deal to a lot of people my age that used to watch this show way back in the day. But apparently, Hannah Montana, 20-year reunion is on today.
It's on today?
Yeah, it's
They're just
today.
dropping it on a
Came today.
on a
Came out
Tuesday?
today. So it's a big deal. I obviously will not be watching it. I didn't watch it as a kid, but to those that watch and or listened, and
Sam, will you be watching the Hannah Montana 20-year anniversary?
Can't say I will.
Did you know about it?
I knew it was a thing. I had no idea when it was.
See, I had no clue until she told me, and it almost hurt my chances. It almost was a deal breaker with this girl because she was like, "You don't know that this thing is tomorrow?" I said, "No."
I feel like you should know.
You knew?
I knew.
Absolutely. Because here's also the thing, too. So they're doing this marketing. I think it's at Starbucks, but they have like a raspberry drink for her.
Yeah.
But in the show, there's an episode where she there's like a pie eating contest and it's raspberry pie. And she puked all over it. So she's against raspberries. So kind of going against everything that she stood for with that raspberry drink.
Did she throw up because she doesn't like raspberries or because she ate too much pie?
Look, it's just a kid show, John. I can't tell you the reason behind the
I mean, I imagine,
madness.
did she eat a bunch of pie is what I'm saying?
I think so. I don't know.
Maybe that's why they're giving her a raspberry thing, because you were associated with that with her. I didn't ever watch Hannah Montana, but I was aware that it was happening.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Miley Cyrus is a big deal, brother.
I thought she fell off a wrecking ball or something. I didn't know she was still around.
Miley Cyrus is still a big deal. She's got clout. She's still an A-lister.
She's better now. She found passion in herself, and she's coming back as a stronger woman.
Is that what they say when you
She can buy herself flowers.
You rehabilitate yourself. What are you getting at, Bubba?
Well, that's the song that she released.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, you won a damn
Oh,
Grammy
yeah,
for it.
Flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she got sued. Did you realize she got sued for that song?
I don't know if she got sued, but I mean, it's
No, she got
take on everybody else or a couple songs.
I'm telling you, they did. She got sued by Bruno Mars's. Bruno Mars had nothing to do with it. But it was the people that owned owned the publishing rights to it. Said that she had stolen the I should have bought you flowers. But I was like, you can't just copyright the idea of buying somebody flowers. You know what I mean?
So we're all in agreement. None of us are watching this tonight.
I'll probably watch it.
Why?
My old lady wants to watch it.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she loves Hannah Montana. Girls love Molly, bro.
Well, actually, I might not have a choice. I might have to sit down and watch this thing tonight.
Many people love Molly. Girls from all ages love Miley Cyrus. I got a headline for you. Did you see this big ass boa constrictor they found in Georgia?
I had that saved.
This is gross.
That's scary.
They found a big ass boa constrictor on the whatever the Georgia Beltline is. I don't know exactly where that is.
I looked it up. It's like it's just like a greenway, like walking path, basically, like around the city. That's like
city of Atlanta, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I assumed it was Atlanta, but I just saw Georgia in the tweet.
That's dangerous. All the replies I'm seeing are like they were like some guy is like stands like right in this spot and has people like take pictures with this snake or something like that. So
what?
They're thinking that like this guy just released it basically.
Okay. Not that he just like hides it there and then comes gets it and take pictures.
No. Like the people like in New Orleans or something
and just left this.
That's dangerous. I mean, they're all over the place in Florida. Maddie's probably got a couple boa constrictor neighbors.
Yeah.
This might be a dumb question. It probably is. It sounds like it really is. Maybe I need to text Cam Black, but like, how do snakes reproduce? I mean, I know they drop eggs, but like, do they have to have a male with them to reproduce? Do snakes have sex, is what I'm asking? I assume they do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not watching.
How would you
snake sex?
What's
I'm just asking how snakes have produced more snakes is what I'm asking. Because like one boa constrictor here, is that a problem? Like,
that's a huge problem. They reproduce like very rapidly.
You've never seen
that? Like there's like 100 eggs at a time.
No, that's what I'm asking. But if there's no male there,
then they go to a sperm
bang
bank.
it, huh?
Then they go to a sperm bank.
I don't think they have snake sperm banks, but you see what I'm saying? Like if there's no male, like if there's not two of them there, can a female just lay eggs without that? Is what I'm asking. And I acknowledge it's a stupid question, but I've never really thought about.
No, I see what like is one snake just out there?
Can one snake mess up the whole area? Is what I'm asking. If there's not another snake that helps, because I know once they start producing babies, that's what happens, and then they'll, that's. We'll have to call my boy Rob from Traders. He's a snake handler. He'll come and he'll fix it. But
yeah, not a snake guy myself, but I would imagine maybe the problem is like that boa constrictor finds another snake and maybe reproduces with that snake.
Can
and
they
then
do that?
Can
they do that?
I mean, I would assume.
Can they do mixed snakes? I've never heard of
they
mixed
have
snakes.
Crossbreeded dogs and everything.
No, they
like
do.
that.
But I've never heard of crossbred snakes.
Oh yeah, I think that's definitely a thing.
Oh, is it? I'm not saying you're
wrong.
wrong.
Maybe more for like people that are like keeping it as a pet, but I do feel like crossbred snakes is a thing.
Oh, really? I don't know if they'd find a snake in the wild that would be able to breed it, but hell, it could be a male snake for all we know. I don't know, but I guess then it could find a snake. I don't know. This is weird.
Google AI says that is a little bit more rare in the wild, so maybe we'll
the crossbred snakes are more rare,
but it is a thing in captivity for sure.
I've just never heard of that. Like his half copperhead, half rattlesnake, or half copperhead, half python or something. I don't know. It's a black snake, but also a rattlesnake. This guy running up and just picking the snake up and dragging it out is crazy, by the way, in this video.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me to do that.
I mean, I guess he's confident like he won't wrap him up immediately, but like him just going up and grabbing it and dragging it out is crazy. Side note, not to make this just an animal headline, but did you guys see that story in China yesterday about those 7 dogs that escaped?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
These 7 dogs got kidnapped from like a neighborhood, dog napped, and they escaped and made their way like miles back to back towards their neighborhood, led by like a corgi.
Someone said like fire up the Disney movie. That's the tweet that I saw.
Well, Dalmatians.
I agree. I agree. And they also said like there was a hurt German Shepherd in the crew, and like they like I thought it was kind of cool. They said they like swarmed him to like protect him.
Nice.
Because I guess you put your weak one in the middle, that way nobody can get to it. And it kind of made me tear up a little bit. But then as I read the story more, it's like, yeah, they escaped because they were getting sent to like a meat packaging place, like a black market, like dog meat packaging place. I was like, I don't know if you could make that a Disney movie anymore. But then I remembered that Cruella was going to kill all those damn dogs for a fur coat. So like maybe you can. Which that's kind of crazy looking back on 101 Dalmatians as a kid's movie. That woman was going to kill all those dogs just for a fur jacket. That seems crazy. She didn't just want to kidnap them. She wanted to kill them and skin them.
Bubba, I got a job for you. I need you to do me a favor.
Oof, the snake.
So in Baton Rouge, supposedly, I think it was 2 days ago, crawfish spilled over on the highway.
I did see that.
On I-10. Okay, so you did see that.
I did see this.
I think it's AI. I don't think that's real. Because I keep looking at it, and there's no news outlets that have reported on it. It's just Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So if you could verify that, Bubba, because I can't find it anywhere. I see the videos everywhere, but I can't find one credible source that is reporting on this because that seems like a big story.
You know what? You're right. When you Google it, you just see nothing but Instagram and Facebook videos.
Yeah. So I don't think that that's real.
I think I'm kind of on your side here.
Yeah.
Bub, I got a job for you. I need a headline. What you got?
Are you aware of this quadriplegic professional cornhole player that's been found and charged for murder?
Yeah, and then like everybody else, I've had questions like, how does he not have any arms or legs, and he's also like a professional cornhole player? But then I was like, does being a professional cornhole player mean that he's actually like really good, or does that just mean he's found somebody to sponsor him because he's quadriplegic and it's a good story, and it'd be a good athlete to represent you. Like when he goes to places, you like, well, who the hell is this guy? Oh, okay, he's sponsored by Johnson Meats. I see it. But now that he's a murderer, I imagine he's going to lose his sponsorship.
This might be an off-color comment, but if you get murdered by a quadriplegic, that's just natural selection.
I don't know. I saw a video of a quadriplegic shooting a gun.
You probably saw the video of this guy shooting the gun.
Oh, was that him shooting the gun? I mean, he can still shoot a gun. So, I mean, like, if he would have waddled in here and shot me.
But it was in his car.
Did you say natural selection?
Yeah.
It does make me think that he probably can't draw on you very quickly.
Easily.
You know what I mean? Like, if you got beef with him, I imagine it's a process for him to, like, roll over, get his gun.
It's got to be pretty easy to disarm a quadriplegic.
Guy's an athlete, man. Right?
I am very interested in how this happens. So who did he shoot? I saw that he was wanted for murder or whatever, charged with murder, but I didn't see, like, what happened. Was this a road rage incident, Sam? You said it was in his car.
27-year-old Bradrick Michael Wells was the one who was shot. Police say Weber was in his Tesla SUV when he shot Wells in the passenger seat.
Does he have full self-driving?
You got to think so, right?
You would think so.
He then pulled over and asked two backseat passengers to help pull Wes out of the car. They refused and got out of the car before calling the police.
Oh, so he shot somebody that was in his car with him.
Weber then allegedly drove off with Wells' body in the car.
Oh, wow. What the hell did they get in an argument about? I'd be terrified if I was those other two people. I figured this guy would have shot them too.
I feel like if me and you were in a car together and we...
I just read a comment that said no fingerprints could be found at the scene of the crime.
Imagine you're that person that got shot by this guy, and that's your damn legacy.
That's what I was going to say. If me and you were in a car and we got into a heated argument and I felt that this thing was going to go south, let's say you were the quadriplegic, okay, and I felt that this thing was going to go south and you wanted to, take some action, I feel like I could pretty quickly time your delay in trying to reach for a weapon, get it out, cock the hammer, and shoot me. I could stop you and I'd have time to spare. That this guy must not have been that intuitive.
Here's what I'll say. If you said in this scenario I'm the quadriplegic.
Yeah, the quadriplegic.
If I'm the quadriplegic and I can work a gun, I'm probably not going to be around. You know what I mean? I'm probably going to have put one in my chin.
Oh.
Is what I mean by then. If I'm able to work a gun, I'm probably going to do that, just to be completely honest. Because
but what if you were a legendary cornhole player?
Well, that is fair. If he is a professional something, hell, maybe his life ain't that bad.
How much does that
What
make
kind of prison are they
annually?
going to send him to?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like, are they going to send him to an actual, like, real prison?
I mean, I don't think they make quadriplegic prisons. I don't think they make amputee prisons.
No, but I wonder, like, if they would, like, let him, like, be, like, permanently, like, on some type of house arrest or something. I don't know.
I feel like first-degree murder, though. You got to, you can't give him the kid gloves.
Are they charging him? He can't wear gloves.
Also, you can't put him in prison either. He's going to be used as a bar of soap.
Are they charging him with first-degree murder? I assumed it would be second degree.
I don't know. I just said first degree.
Okay. I assume they'd probably get him with second degree because I assume this probably happened during an argument, like in his truck, and it wasn't like some premeditated
You
thing.
own a Tesla, don't you?
I do.
Ooh, you might be next.
I don't really have any quadriplegic friends.
I may want to steer clear for a bit.
Okay. One little sports headline for you here, but Travis Kelce officially a new deal with the Kansas City Chiefs as they pay him a little money. Essentially, it's a 1-year, $12 million deal with an extra possible $3 million. It got reported as a 3-year, $54.7 million deal, and everyone's like, what the hell? They're giving Travis Kelce $3 million? What? Or 3 years, excuse me? What? It's like, no. That's just for cap purposes. That's for accounting purposes. They get to kind of move some of that money around. I imagine it's a 1-year deal for Travis Kelce, and this is his last year playing. And I'd imagine like it's pretty understood that he is going to retire after this. But even if not, they could cut him, and they won't be on the hook for those other 2-year deals. 1 year, $12 million, Sam, fair market price for him or no?
I wouldn't pay it, but I'm sure the Chiefs, would like to keep him around.
I was going to say it feels a little high for him, but at the same time, he gets a little bit of a nostalgia tax and like being Patrick Mahomes' best friend tax.
And Taylor Swift's man.
And Taylor Swift's man tax. Although if I was them, I'd be like,
broke.
Yeah, if I was them, I'd be like, you don't really need this money, brother. How about you just like play for free and let her take care of you? She probably does see him make $12 million. Is like, that's gross. That's all you make.
Congrats on your job, honey.
But he's got all that extra stuff going in. His podcast sold for a bunch, didn't it? And aren't they supposed to be making like an Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader reboot with him on Amazon? Wasn't that talked about? Are You Smarter Than an Athlete? I thought
playing in it.
I was hoping it was with the other Kelce.
No, it was with Travis. But it was going to be like, Are You Smarter Than an Athlete instead of a fifth grader? I guess play into the whole dumb jock thing. But I haven't seen anything about that recently. Bubba, Google that during the break and see what you come up with. Please.
Don't forget about the crawfish thing, too.
No,
I don't care about the crawfish.
Fake,
I've confirmed the crawfish thing.
Really?
I've confirmed it's at least reasonable enough that we're going to treat it as if it's fake.
I think it's fascinating.
You a crawfish guy?
No, I
gotta suck the head and the juice out of them.
I mean, what would you do if you were in the car behind the semi-truck that spilled over on I-10 with crawfish going everywhere? Would you stop or would you keep going?
I'd like to think that I'd stop and say, oh my God, look at all these crawfish. And then...
You wouldn't take any?
Well, if I had a bucket on me, probably not. If I had a bucket and a net, probably.
Seems like you've thought this through.
I mean, if they're live crawfish, you got to keep them, from crawling around in the car because they'll pinch you.
Yeah.
Good batch of headlines. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go. Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. I'm happy to announce that our free stump grinding promotion for Fan Run Radio listeners is now extended to March 31st, 2026. If you've got trees in your yard that need to come down before they fall on your home, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes and mention you heard our ad on Fan Run Radio, and we'll get rid of that problem tree for you and grind those stumps for free. Call us at 865-384-2012 or check us out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
That's what we were taught, service before self.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. You see where we ended up on Jeopardy last night?
Yeah.
In 2025, star quarterback Nico Iamaleava said, "I am leaving this school's volunteers for UCLA." It seemed random. I didn't know that was big enough to make Jeopardy.
Did they get it right?
I was going to ask. I don't know. Most career wins in an NCAA tournament without a national championship. Who do you think's got the most as a coach? Have you seen this stat? Rick Barnes is on the list. He is not number one. He comes in at number 3. Most tournament wins without a natty. It's Mark Few, 45. I'm kind of surprised at how much more he has than, like, second place is Eddie Sutton, the old Oklahoma State coach that was there for so long. Like, he was there forever. Mark Few's got 8 more than him. So Few has 45. Sutton has 37. Rick Barnes, third on the list with 35. Bob Huggins at 34. Kelvin Sampson at 33. So two of the top 5 coaches all time when it comes to wins without a championship, still in the field. I saw Tennessee stats and info put out most Sweet 16 appearances since 2007. I don't know if I realized Tennessee was going to be tied for 5th there, but they were. 9 Sweet 16 appearances since 2007. That is tied for 5th most in the country, with the caveat that 2 of them, 2 other teams had 2 other teams that get credit for 9 had 1 vacated. So maybe it'd be more like 7th best in the country. Matt, you got a guess on the list? Sam, Bubba, you got a guess on the list of most Sweet 16 appearances? A little PK shootout. Maddie, I'll let you go first. Teams
with the most Sweet 16 appearances since 2007. I already gave you Tennessee, so you can't say them.
Yeah. I'm going to go with UConn.
Surprisingly, UConn not on the list.
Wow.
They got natties, but I guess they just win the natties in the years they actually make it into the Sweet 16. Sam?
I'll just go with the blue blood and say Duke.
Duke's number 1 at 12. Here's a redemption chance for Matthew. Let's go. Purdue tied with Tennessee on the list with 9.
Bubba, you want to play?
Bubba, you want to play?
Houston.
Oh, I'm sorry. Houston's not on the list.
Oh.
Their success is pretty, I don't want to say newfound, but Samson got them rolling at 2017, 2018 or so?
16 maybe.
Yeah.
Kansas would have been my next guess, yeah.
Kansas on the list at number 9. But it's funny when you look at Bill Self, he's kind of got like a Kentucky stretch going here, except in his one good year, instead of just making the Sweet 16, he won the national championship. But
I guess Gonzaga's on this list. They make a lot of Sweet 16s.
And that's why Mark Few has the most tournament wins without a national championship. They're at number 4. They've got 10 during this stretch.
UNC
comes in at number 11.
Kentucky.
Or no, they come in with 11, excuse me. Tied for number 2. Kentucky and Tennessee are tied with 9. Which that's kind of crazy. I mean, Tennessee has matched Kentucky. Now, they've got the Final Four, the national championship. Yeah. I know. But in terms of just consistency and getting to this spot, Tennessee's been as good as some real blue bloods. Still a couple teams on the list. Michigan's on there with 9. Yep.
I would have guessed Michigan State.
They're second on the list with 11. They're tied with North Carolina. I mean, really, I think you've gotten everybody except one.
Florida.
Nope. A relevant team. Not like a sneaky team or nothing. You're about to say Xavier?
Villanova?
Oh.
Is that crazy?
I don't know if it's crazy or not, but it's not right.
Oregon?
No.
St. Mary's.
No. No, Bubba. Arizona. So, yeah, I mean, like when you just look here, I know we keep looking at kind of these lists and look at the tournament, look at these coaches, like, it's a pretty stout company we're in. But like Duke, Michigan State, North Carolina, Gonzaga, Tennessee, Arizona, Kansas, Kentucky, Michigan, Purdue. That's 10 programs that are pretty damn stout. You're only missing, Florida? And again, that's just, since 2007, they give them 2 titles. Or at least 07 title. And then UConn. Like, you're missing UConn. But outside of that, most of the major players are right here. I say that just to say, like, Tennessee, they're never going to get blue blood status. I'm not making that argument. But I am making that, like, Tennessee's been a top 15 basketball program for about 20 years now. They've been pretty damn stout. When you looked at the number of wins without a national championship, like, I don't think any of us think Tennessee is winning a national championship this year, right? None of us even really see a path to it. Which means that, Sam, do you think next year or the next couple years Rick Barnes would have a better shot than this? Like, do you feel like this is his last go-around? Because, I felt that way with the Dalton Connect year. I was like, man, if not now, then when? And then last year, you're pretty damn good, too. And I thought, okay, maybe this team could do it. Maybe, but probably not, but maybe. Are you confident that, like, they'll be back in this spot or in a better position the next couple of years?
I think they'll be back. I don't know about better position. I feel like still, I mean, we saw these guys leave the program already with Takai and Jemai and all these great 4-year players we've had recently, but it does kind of feel like we're getting further away from that even. Like it's probably going to be JP Estrella and, Felix is going to be gone after this year. You don't have you've got guys that are holdovers, but you don't necessarily have star talent holdovers. And I think that's a big key.
Well, Dalton Connect year last year and this year, the difference has been you've had a golden egg that's come to you pretty late and has been pretty surprising. First you had Dalton Connect and then you had Chaz Lanier. This year, obviously you got a late recruit in what was Nate, but there's always been one guy over the last 3 years that shows up late to the party and ends up being the reason why they've had so much success.
See, I would almost disagree with that and say the reason you had success over the last couple of years, like Connect and Lanier were great, but like I think you had the bones there with Meshack and Zakai as main key parts, and even like
but that you get
Josiah
in the portal.
and
That's
Vescovy
portal
as well.
You get that in the portal.
Can't buy culture in the portal.
You can't buy culture in the portal, and like
you can buy role players.
Vescovy and James and Zakai and Jemai, those are homegrown guys. And you hope that maybe you have that with Estrella and Boswell. Like they don't necessarily hit the same way, but like those guys, you hope that they're just your lifers in your program that can kind of do things the right way and set standards and all of that. Now,
like what's made Houston so special is that their star players are their guys that have been 4-year players for them, and that's what made Tennessee's rosters with, Zakai and Jemai so special as well, was that you had the culture and those guys that were huge productive pieces, but they were also your leaders and your culture locker room guys, and then you were able to just go get your supplementary huge scorer out of the portal.
And LJ Cryer, I mean, I know he transferred from Baylor, but he left after his freshman year, right? So, like, he did kind of become a Houston lifer, right, by the time his career was over. I think, and I said it yesterday, and I have felt this way, I truly think Nate Ament should strongly consider coming back to school.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, when I look through the lens of Rick Barnes' last hoorah, Rick Barnes' last go-round, like, we talked about it last year, that it's kind of owed to him when you look at, like, Big Jim Haslam opening up a checkbook and saying, yeah, we're going to fill out this roster for you. I think now, another Sweet 16, hell, if they win another game and make the Elite Eight, a third straight Elite Eight, like, I think it would still kind of be owed to him to give him, as long as he's at Tennessee, maybe not like a Kentucky $22 million roster, but be like, hey, we're going to do everything we can to make this a storybook ending. And with that, to me, should come with, hey, Nate Ament, you're kind of slotting down NBA draft boards. You've gone from like a guy that was at the beginning of the offseason of last year, you were thought of as a potential number 1 overall pick. Now, that was, not like you weren't like favored to go number 1, but you were one of like 2 or 3 guys that were mentioned as like possible number 1 picks. That has since gone down. It went down to like, okay, now you're more so like number 4. Now it's down to like, 7, 8, 10th. I saw a couple mock drafts that had him outside of the top 10. Now, I don't know if those guys know anything or if they were connected or whatever, what the general consensus would be. But, like, I just think we've gone from number 1 overall type of pick to maybe top 10. I think even the most optimistic Nate Ament people would say, 7 to 10 is probably our likely landing spot. But, hell, I remember that same type of projection for Keon Johnson as I kept up with his draft stock. And he went down to that 7th to 12th range and ended up going like, 20th to the Clippers and then was out of the league in 2 years. So, like, once you start slotting, you lose your sure thing stamp and you lose the commitment and investment that the NBA teams will give you. So, like, Nate Ament's in a tricky position, and it's a loaded draft. And I think with the NIL, like, if you could convince him to come back and develop, like, I think that would obviously be the best thing for the Tennessee basketball program, for Rick Barnes. And ultimately, I do think it has the chance to be the best thing for Nate Ament. Because if you're going to go 8th or 10th in the draft, the difference between, like, 10th overall pick money and even, like, 4th overall money is pretty significant.
Sizable.
The investment the team makes in you is very sizable. If you're 10th or 12th and you don't pan out quickly in your first couple of years, you get kind of lost in the shuffle. If they make a big investment for you with you at the top of the draft, typically they give you a chance to stick around. Typically.
I feel like even just skipping out on this year's draft class, he goes from a top 15 guy to a top 5 guy.
And that's how I feel. And to me, the money there, like just look at Konkanippel, for example. Konkanippel, not the talent, because I think Konkanippel is awesome, but I just mean the money. Konkanippel was the 4th overall pick last year, and he essentially got a 2-year, $21 million contract because the first 2 years are fully guaranteed. 2 years, $21 million. Now, with that, he gets, an extra 2 years of team options where it should be, and Knippel's awesome. So he's going to make 4 years, $45 million. When you compare that to someone that was drafted at number 10, that goes down basically cut in half. So, like, if Tennessee and all the numbers out there talk about Nate Ament being in the $4.5 million range this year, if you can keep him there, or like I said, give him a little bump, $5.5 million, all of a sudden that's what NIL was intended for in terms of keeping prospects in school longer and letting them develop in college versus, like hurting the college game, hurting the college programs to let guys go to the NBA. All of a sudden, if you're making the money somewhat comparable, and if you're him and you bet on yourself, and like Sam said, you take advantage of a weaker draft class and you come back as a number 3 or number 4 overall pick, you've made double that on your first NBA contract. You've turned a $20, $23 million contract into a $45, $50 million contract over 4 years, while not really sacrificing too much money in year one. And I know the easy thing to say is injury concerns and whatever. I think Nate Ament's stock is about as low as it could be right now, just in terms of the way he's played the back half, the way he's played the last month after the ankle injury, and the way that like everybody looked at his first month. No one really remembers that January stretch, right? That February stretch where he dominated. If he came back and did that for a full year, his stock would be through the roof. Injury concerns, let his ankle heal up. Let him show that he can be healthy. Second contract's also a popular thing people point to, Maddie. You want that guy to get there and get the second contract and get the big super money as soon as possible. I get that, man, but he's a 19-year-old basketball player. It's not like he's some washed-up player. It's not like it's the NFL where guys can get hurt and have a short shelf life. He's not a running back that's got 5 years max in the NFL. If he's a good NBA player, he'll have a 15-year career and make a whole lot of money.
Well, I'd agree with almost all of that.
What do you disagree with?
He's a very unique player in the sense that his issue is not so much he needs to get better in terms of from a talent perspective. His issue is, he needs a productive summer where he can be in the weight room and gain some weight and just, put some muscle on, even more than what he did last summer. But 2, his biggest issue is immaturity and inexperience. And whether he gets it here at Tennessee with Rick Barnes for a second year or he goes to the NBA, you have a chance of, 1, making more money, like you said here, putting yourself on center stage to get drafted at a better position next year, which would inevitably lead to more money the following year. But if you go to the NBA, which, again, I'm with you in the sense that I don't think that's in his best interest, from a Tennessee perspective, as long as Rick Barnes is here and has a lifetime contract, which he does, they're going to pay. He's going to get the players he wants, and his money is not going to be a factor. That doesn't mean they'll get the players, but they'll make the offer with money not being an issue. But for Nate, particularly this year and this summer, as he goes into this decision process, so much of it is going to decide on what happens next game. That stuff matters. But 2, how much money he can realistically make depending on where he's actually projected to go. Because you say 10 is where he's sitting at, and that's as low as he could get. I would not be surprised if he goes all the way to 15 to 18.
Oh, yeah,
no. Purely based off, this guy's good. We know he could be good, and we're going to take a chance on him. But, hey, he doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the weight, and he needs a lot of work in summer.
I don't think they really care about experience to that same regard. There's plenty of untapped, freshmen get drafted in the NBA all the time.
All the time. But now, they don't make the mistakes that he made the other night, on
Plenty
the
of them
inbounds.
do.
No,
Yeah,
not like that.
Ace Bailey didn't have any pressure situations at Rutgers. I mean, putting Nate Ament under a microscope in high pressure situations is a net positive because he's played winning basketball and been in those games. Now, to that point, I think the best way to get better at something is to do it.
Trial and error.
We talk about it in college sports. If I was a 3-star athlete in either football or basketball, I wouldn't want to go sit on the bench and develop at a big school. I would want to go be a baller at a mid-major. That's what I would want to do. I would want to go play. If I was a fringe quarterback prospect, what do you think would have suited better for George McIntyre? Or maybe not. Maybe he's not the right person to use because of his size. But what do you think would suit better for, hell, even Joey Aguilar? Do you think he benefited from actually getting out and getting to play? Diego Pavia, getting out and getting to play at a small level and learning how to be a leader and learning how to do things, and then you transfer and you've gotten much better versus if those guys had gotten lost in the shuffle at second or third string at Tennessee or Vanderbilt early in their careers and maybe never seen the field. So in that perspective, in that respect, I look at Nate Ament and what would be the best for his development? Would it be another year of college where he is actually playing and handling the ball and being a main focal point? Or would it be going to the NBA and getting 10 minutes a game, 12 minutes a game, 15 minutes a game? What's more beneficial? Playing or not playing? And if I'm him and I'm looking at developing, I get that an NBA weight room is going to be good and the coaches and whatever, but also I just think you need to get out there and play.
Yeah.
So if I'm him, I could be the big man on campus and get to kind of run things here and get to kind of be coached the way I want to coach and be in a role that could show that I could be a star, because I think how you go into the NBA matters too. And what I mean by that is if you go in as a top 3 pick and a star, you get treated differently.
Yeah.
They make plans around you. If you go in as a 10th overall pick, we'll see if you could be a rotation player. If you go in as 17th or 18th or 19th, ask Dalton Connect how that's gone for him. Ask Keon Johnson how that's gone for him. Ask Jaden Springer. You talk about second contracts. Hey, brother, you got to get in and show you can play first. You got to show, you got to get in and show that you can be worthy of being kept around and built around. And the higher you go in the draft, the more likely that team is going to see you that way and treat you that way. That's kind of how I feel about it. So, I think Nate Ament would really benefit from coming back to school, and obviously I think Tennessee would really benefit from it.
I agree, but hell, he could end up with as many picks as they have in a San Antonio or Oklahoma where he won't play at all.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't think that's a good thing either.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about with the second contract. You go somewhere and your fit matters so much and your opportunity matters so much. The better you can position yourself to be kind of looked at as a building block, the better he would be in his career. They don't look at many 10th overall picks as building blocks. Most top 3 picks get that chance. So that's something I would consider too. And maybe it's a little bit of wishful thinking. I get that because I do think Nate Ament's still going to go to the NBA. But I'm just saying, if I'm him, I would strongly consider not doing it.
I almost said this the other day, and I didn't because I didn't know if it was too bold, but I've thought about it since. There's an argument to be made that despite the Vescovis and the Josiah Jordan Jameses and the Zieglers, there's something special about Nate and Barnes that, again, we've seen great relationships between players and Rick Barnes. This one is special, and I think a lot of it has to do with it's a really young kid who's really talented, really bought into Rick Barnes himself, which is why he came here, and the program bought into him. And the two have worked really well together. I think there's an argument to be made that Nate's at the top of the list of Rick Barnes' favorite players he's ever coached. Kevin Durant excluded, but favorite players he's ever coached here at Tennessee. He's right up there with the Zieglers and the Triple J's and the Vescovis.
The way he talks about him, yeah. I don't think they could build the same bond in 1 year that they could with those guys that hung around for 4 years. But I do think the way he glows and talks about him, you're right. Sam, do you view Austin Price last night saying that it was a 0.00005% chance as a positive or a negative in Nate Ament's chances of coming back to school? Because I think most people would probably say 0%. So, like, when you see 0.00005, it means the door's at least somewhat cracked open.
That's probably just reserved for people like us talking about this for 20 minutes, I feel like.
Well, it's more so just I do think it tied into what we were talking about with Barnes winning a championship, Barnes' last shot. But also, like, I've been thinking about the Ament stuff, and I'm not dumb. I know he's probably going to go pro. I'm just saying, look, man, once Dante Moore looked at the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft and said, nah, I'm good, I do think you at least have to consider some of these things. Because Dante Moore's turned down a lot of money to come back and play football, a sport where you can actually get hurt and ruin your stock. Basketball, not so much. The money's there to at least convince some of these guys. That's all I'm saying. Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up this hour. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation, or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Good morning, Knoxville. I'm Aiden Sidoti, and this is your TalkSports update for Tuesday, March 24th. Number 21, Tennessee baseball is back at Lindsey Nelson Stadium tonight, hosting USC Upstate after taking a weekend series from Missouri. First pitch is set for 6 p.m. Eastern on SEC Network Plus as the Vols look to keep rolling at home. In the MLB, Pete Crow Armstrong and the Chicago Cubs are finalizing a long-term contract extension after a breakout season that saw him win a Gold Glove and become the franchise first 30-30 player in 30 years. And in college hoops, Arizona State has hired Randy Bennett away from St. Mary's to replace Bobby Hurley after 11 seasons. Bennett won 589 games with the Gales and now takes over in Tempe after 25 years at St. Mary's. Hey, John, good move by Randy Bennett to leave St. Mary's with Gonzaga leaving the conference. Back to you guys.
What did you make of Bennett leaving? I mean, I feel like, yeah, the conference is dead, right? Gonzaga's gone.
Yeah.
You might as well just, like, jump ship when you can.
Yeah.
Or would there have been a benefit to stick around and just dominate that conference? Probably not enough, right?
Then you probably just run into the problem that these mid-major guys were complaining about.
It probably goes from, like, a 3-bid league to, like, maybe a 1-bid league. So, yeah, you go. Man, I saw a stat. By the way, we talked about Dan Orlovsky yesterday. Remember talking about him praising Ty Simpson? Did you see everyone piece together?
His agent.
Their agents are the same?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ty Simpson's agent also represents Dan Orlovsky and doesn't represent Fernando Mendoza. So people are saying, hey, this is why. This is why Dan's doing that. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it is funny to point out. But, man, I saw a stat yesterday that did give me a little pause. This is not good company to be in for Fernando Mendoza. Like, as we're getting, like, to NFL draft stuff and people start picking apart and start thinking about the quarterbacks and yada, yada, yada. Have you seen the list of quarterbacks that have fewer than 2 300-yard passing games in their final college season? You see this? Since 2009, here's a list of quarterbacks who have thrown for fewer than 2 300-yard passing games. Or we could do it a different way. Since 2009, Sam, maybe just list some first-round quarterbacks that you don't want to be associated with. If there's a list of quarterbacks since 2009 that you would view of like, I don't really want to draft another one of those, name some guys, and let's just see.
J.J. McCarthy.
On the list. J.J. McCarthy on the list. You don't want to be like J.J. McCarthy. Matthew, anybody jump out for you in the last 15 years or so?
The criteria is what again?
Fewer than 2 300-yard passing games. But that's what you think about.
Richardson.
That's what you think about first-round picks. Okay, Anthony Richardson's a good one. He's not on the list. Okay, you kind of ruined the game there. He's not on the list.
I can't stand him.
Christian Ponder.
Mm.
Christian Ponder on the list. He had 0 in 2010.
I was pissed when the Titans didn't draft him.
You were?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the Titans, I was pissed when they drafted Jake Locker, who is also on the list. Jake Locker had one 300-yard passing game. I was pissed when they drafted him, Sam. Also on the list, Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow, the other one. He only threw 300 yards one time in 2009. So the list of quarterbacks who have done this: Christian Ponder, J.J. McCarthy, Jake Locker, Tim Tebow.
This is their final season or just like career?
Their final season.
Okay.
Yeah, their final season.
Yeah.
Mendoza did it one time this year against Michigan State. That's the only game he had where he threw for 300 yards.
I want to go out on a limb and say he breaks this streak.
You think so?
Company.
Okay.
I know it sounds like a wild take, but
I find it hard for him to match up and be as bad as these other guys. So, I mean, I do think that's fair. But does it give you any pause for him being a franchise quarterback?
No.
Is it because he's a Miami kid?
No, I mean, I think it's because his talent speaks for himself. What he's been able to do this year, particularly under pressure, he didn't really have the greatest of assets too, But the biggest thing I think with Mendoza that just made him so special is he's a coachable player. He's a very intelligent player. He continuously improved because of his work ethic, something that so many players don't have at such a young age, and they just have the talent and the sheer athleticism and what makes them freak athletes. Mendoza has kind of what Tom Brady had in the sense of coming in. I'm not comparing the two in the sense of talent, but these are two guys that are overlooked and are not the greatest athletes, but are two really intelligent and coachable players.
I am completely fine with that take, and I think it's good. I would only ask you, do you think Tom Brady would have succeeded had he been drafted number 1 overall?
No. I think it's a good point. I think the fact that he fell and the fact that he was drafted in, what was it, the 6th round?
Yeah.
That played in his favor.
Well, also, not going to the worst team in the league,
Correct.
like the Raiders being the debacle they are, the disaster they are. Now, I know they've spent some money in free agency and they're trying to fix that, new regime, yada, yada, yada. But, I do agree with what you said about Mendoza. He does have intangibles. He is a winner. He can take some of these good teams and make them great in college. Now, I would have said the same thing about Tim Tebow as well, though. He is coachable. He has these intangibles, yada, yada, yada. But the burden of being the number 1 overall pick and elevating a dead franchise is pretty tough.
Well, that kid feels no pressure.
He might not. He might be special. I do think being a first-round quarterback, especially one at the top of a draft, comes with a different amount of pressure. Yeah. It's kind of like we talked about with Nate Ament just last segment. Being drafted in the first round as a quarterback means that they are going to give you the chance to be the guy, but it also means in today's game that they can't afford to keep you around if you're not that guy. Right. They move on from you more quickly. So with Mendoza being number 1 overall, he's going to have a 2-year window to prove that he's it. If not, he starts getting too expensive in that 5th-year option, and all of a sudden the money you got attached to him gets pretty steep. Don't believe me, just ask the Jacksonville Jaguars, who had to make that big commitment to Trevor Lawrence. Now, I will say Trevor played pretty good this year, but up until this year, that looked like an albatross of a contract. So you've seen franchises kind of move on a little bit quicker from first-round top end quarterbacks. Look at the Colts, for example. They're not sinking any more assets into Anthony Richardson. They said, okay, we're done here.
Not to cherry pick this, but looking at Mendoza's game log, I do feel like there's 4 games that he probably could have easily had 300 in. I'm sure he got taken out early against Kennesaw State, and Indiana State,
299
against Illinois. Yeah, 267,
299 against Wisconsin. Sure, but there's also the 8 for 15 against Purdue.
Yeah,
8 of 15 for 117 yards, and I believe in Mendoza too. But I do wonder if he's got the top end talent to make the number 1 overall pick thing work. That's more so what I'm taking from this. Because I do agree with Maddie. He's got the intangibles. He's got all the work ethic and everything. But I don't know if he's the special talent. I think he's really, really good. I don't know if he's a special talent. I do think it takes a special talent to succeed on these bad teams in the NFL.
Can I ask you something and get an honest answer in return? Okay. Sam, feel free to chime in here.
Oh, no, it's going to be about Cam Ward.
No. I get compared to Mendoza quite often. I've been mistaken for him many times, and by many I mean a dozen, purely in terms of look.
No, the hell no one is confusing you for the 6'5", 225
No. Forget size. Forget height. Just look at facial structure. I don't see it, but I've gotten it.
You're both from Miami. You both kind of got some pushback hair, but I mean, no, you don't look like the 6'5", 225-pound Fernando Mendoza.
There was a Fernando
the hell out of here.
Mendoza look-alike contest at Tennessee just a week ago. I didn't do it, but I was told, everyone told me that I had to do it, and I didn't do it, but I should have done it. And it could have been good.
You wouldn't have won. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. We got some Tuesday trivia. Stick with us.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat,
and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Overrated, underrated, on Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports said, not in my house, I ain't talking to Kimbe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's hit some hour 3 headlines. What you got for us?
All right. Let's see here. This is concerning. Apple launching ads in Apple Maps in search this summer in major advertising expansion. It'll be announced as early as this month.
This is going to be really frustrating if you're like lost and you like I got like 3% of your battery, or like you're coming up on your exit and you're trying to figure it out and you're trying to find an alternative route, and all of a sudden it's like, let me pop up this 30-second spot real quick.
I just saw a tweet that said missing my exit on the highway because I got a 30-second unskippable call she had.
They screwed me over the weekend. There's a new exit ramp off of Alcoa Highway to John Sevier, and they've fully extended down to where it's pretty early that you have to get over, and there's a wall all the way down it. And the whole time, I've already passed the beginning part where it's for the exit, and then it's like, hey, get over, and it's like, I can't. There's a wall here. And then it's like, hey, do a U-turn here. It's like there's a wall separating oncoming and the other way traffic. It's like I can't do it. So I just kept going. It's like, hey, do a U-turn here. Still can't do it. There's a wall here. And
Is that really on Apple Maps?
It is. Update your product, according to how roads are being built.
It seems like an impromptu wall that has not been reported.
Not an impromptu wall.
Well,
I think solid. It's there.
Okay. I've said for quite a while now that of all of Apple's generated apps that they've made, right, all the ones in the on the home screen, that is the one that needs the biggest renovation, is Apple Maps. Because they're competing with the Waze and the Google Maps, and they're losing people day by day.
I still use the Apple Maps on my phone.
I'm not changing either.
If the advertisements actually pop up and they start doing it and other places are doing it without advertisements, then I probably will. I probably will change.
Where would you go?
I guess Waze.
Yeah.
I don't really like Waze either, though.
I hate Google Maps.
I just go with the Apple just here on my phone. And
do you want to start our own maps company?
Ooh.
Not really. I'm not saying you can. I'm just saying it doesn't really interest me. It frustrates me.
We'll create a very user-friendly interface for you.
We need we need one. We need a good one, because I still use Apple Maps even when I'm driving, because I can put it into my car. My car has it built in there, and but I hate my cars too. The car one is not good. It doesn't give me enough warning. I can't see they don't zoom in enough where I can see like where the actual turn is, and I feel like a boomer when I'm trying to use it. So I actually rely on Apple Maps. I might just go back to MapQuest, start printing it out. Or just driving around until I find it. Like a real man. Stop and ask for directions. No, not me. I'm just going to drive. It's over here somewhere.
I like that.
That's how you
I like that a lot, John. Bring it back.
If I'm going to get hit with advertisements on my drive, Bubba, it's going to be on the radio or on billboards. Not on this damn little phone. No thanks.
You quantify a real man by how they get to their
exactly
to be.
Real men don't ask for directions. That used to be a thing when I was growing up, boys. That you didn't stop and ask for damn directions. You're just a man. You know where you're going. And then all of a sudden they made us weak by putting all these little GPSs in our phones. No thanks.
Was that like an ultimate excuse back in the day? Sorry, I'm late. Like I got lost.
Yeah, kind of. It was very intimidating sometimes going somewhere in a city and just you had to like MapQuest where you were going. And like, this was like 07, 08 when I'm starting to drive and like go on like long drives. But I would frequently like, go to like Florida or like Atlanta or, some city. Hell, even Knoxville sometimes. Like it was kind of an adventure for me in my country. I had to come up here and go to like East Town Mall. I had to kind of figure it out because I didn't really know where it was at. But you just had to put it on MapQuest and follow directions turn by turn. But if you stopped and went to get food somewhere or like deviate off of that at all, you'd sometimes get lost.
If he was considerate, he would have got on his rotary phone and made a call and said, "Hey, I'm going to be late." Not sure.
I remember my mom's like she was very adamant on like not switching to mobile phone directions for a while. Like she'd print out MapQuest stuff to some random baseball tournament that my brother was playing in when I was growing up or something like that.
Which is funny. My mom drives for UPS, and like even still sometimes she just pulls out like an actual road map. Because like whenever she was driving trying to make deliveries and stuff, really until like the late 2000s when they put GPSs in the truck or whatever, like you pretty much had to map it all out yourself. And then like growing up in the country, we just knew where everything was. Like you just go on back roads and figure it out. But the invention, I will give the phones credit. Like it is really nice that they can just share location now. That's nice. You can just boom, hit it, and you can find them that way. That is nice. Man, I hate trying to struggle and hurry and go to those damn maps and put in an address. It's tough. No advertisements though, please.
The Masters has released a trailer for its feature on Ken Griffey Jr., who, if you have kept up with him in his post-baseball life, he's now a credentialed photographer.
Yeah.
And it seems like NBC, they are releasing photographer number 24. It will premiere on April 5th, which is basically just kind of like a behind-the-scenes look at Ken Griffey becoming a photographer and kind of like some of the behind-the-scenes shots and like his life is kind of his new side hobby, I guess, now documenting Rory's Masters win.
Okay, I was going to say, because is it a Ken Griffey Jr. documentary, or is it really just about his time at the Masters?
I think it's kind of probably both. Like, I think it's kind of a documentary on Rory and like last year's Masters, but also maybe just through the lens of Ken Griffey.
What a weird thing. Like, I know that he's doing photography, but like watching this like trailer for this documentary and like seeing him here, it's so weird that like one of the greatest baseball players of all time is just, I'm just going to become a photographer. Apparently, go ahead, Bubba.
I was going to ask if you think this pisses off the other photographers that have been doing this for like 60 years.
That's what I was just about to say. Apparently, he's like a complete student of the game, like wants to learn from all these other people and like doesn't view himself as like, oh, I'm Ken Griffey Jr. I'm way better than all of you.
Well, he
like,
couldn't really, because I imagine he's not making much money doing this. Like, he's doing it for the love of the game and like wants to do it. And I imagine, he has to lean on people for like advice and basically to teach him. Is he good? Is he considered like a really good photographer? Or do we know? Like, I mean,
I don't know how to judge that, honestly.
I didn't know if people talked about him being like, a natural at it.
I think he's had a couple pretty good shots here recently.
There was a really good article that I read about it recently. I'll try and find it.
Golf's a great sport to photograph too. I mean, like a lot of standing around, a lot of backdrop. Like this, like I said, this 2-minute trailer for it looks pretty cool. It's just wild because I mean, he's like I said, one of the best baseball players ever. I'm gonna go do something else now.
Happy trails to Bob Baskerville as he enjoys retirement. Creighton coach Greg McDermott retiring after this season. That job being passed on to coach in waiting Alan Huss. So they have had a succession plan. He was a Creighton assistant from 2017 to 2023. Took over the High Point program for 2 years. Inherited a 14-17 team with them. Led them to go 27-9 and then 29-6 in his 2 years. Left High Point to become the Creighton associate head coach. Now, with McDermott retiring, he will take over for the Blue Jays.
They are forcing him out, right?
McDermott?
Yeah. Are they just saying like, "Hey, it's time, buddy"?
I kind of think so. I think it's kind of mutual too. Like I think McDermott was kind of wanting to just get out of the game. I think a little bit too. But yeah, it does seem kind of like they're just. If you have a coach in waiting, I think this one's kind of been thought through type of thing,
Yeah, but the coach in waiting I mean, like it's been thought through, but it's also like coaches almost never want to actually step down. It's like the coach in waiting, like sometimes you just wait a long time. Like Jim Boeheim did it to that assistant forever. Mac Brown did it to Will Muschamp forever. I wonder if Creighton looked and said, "Hey, we went 15-17 this year, brother."
It's also not how it works. Like Bruce Pearl decides to step down and we're going to appoint his son to coach the team now, as if that's the plan in place, or at least has been the plan in place. So there's certainly some political aspect to this, but this guy seems to have a proven track record.
Well, with it being an approved coach in waiting, I think it's a little bit different than like,
sure,
because like Auburn never told Stephen Pearl he was the coach in waiting. It was basically like, this is what Bruce really wants, and they wouldn't really commit, which is kind of why Bruce forced their hand by retiring like in September, where they didn't have time to go hire a new coach,
which he knew.
Right?
Steve Pearl knew that.
Yeah, Stephen knew like his dad was going to do him a solid, but I'm saying I don't know if Auburn fully knew that. Creighton seems to be on board with this guy being the coach in waiting, and we'll see if he's any good. But I just wondered if McDermott actually wanted to leave, or else they were just like, "Hey, brother, you went 2 games under 500. You ain't got it anymore." And it's not like, last year, 2025 was very good for you either. We made the tournament, but we didn't really do nothing there. Time to go.
New Jersey man who decapitated a seagull that tried to steal a French fry from his daughter has been sentenced to 8 months in prison.
Decapitated a seagull who tried to steal a French fry from his daughter. What did he do? Hit it with a rock? Do we know?
Sentenced to 8 months in jail for third-degree felony. Basically said he was spotted clutching the headless bird while trying to find a trash can near the Surfside Pier. This was back in July of 24. Pleaded guilty to animal cruelty charges, served 262 days behind bars.
It's a little absurd, don't you think?
I don't know, man. I don't want people just going around beating animals.
206. Hold on. Stop. The guy that ran down the strip the other day at 90 miles an hour nearly took out a bunch of students at 4 a.m. in the morning. You saw that, obviously.
No, I didn't.
Really?
You didn't see that video?
No.
Oh,
where have you been?
Not on the strip. I don't know. Hell.
So on the strip, guy comes down. This is what night? Saturday night?
Yeah, I don't know.
Saturday
honestly.
night, guy comes down the strip. It's 3:30 in the morning. Guy comes down the strip, at least 75 miles an hour. They said he did 75 and a 35.
I thought it was 90.
Yeah, but it's 75 over. So he was doing it in the 90s, and he ran over the curb, took out a tree, a light bulb, hit the building in the corner, and then spun all the way into the next lane. They both got out of the car. Two guys in the one car got out as if nothing happened, were arrested. These guys are getting no more than 10 days in jail based on the current charges. And you want to put this guy behind bars for 262 days for trying to get a French fry back?
I want to put those guys in jail for a long time too. I don't want to put them in 10.
Just
jail
saying,
for
that's
10
the
days.
law, and
Like,
it seems like you're justifying it.
No, I'm not. I'm justifying them putting this guy in jail for however long, 8 months. I think these guys that were driving 95 miles an hour down the strip should go to jail for like 5 years.
What if I was walking outside of DP Doe? You wouldn't see me here right now.
I hear you, and I'm saying I think they should be put in jail for 5 years too.
262
If
days.
that happened like 10 years ago, like at least 75 people are dead, I think.
Yeah.
You said 3:30 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you would think most people would be gone, but there'd still be some stragglers out there.
I can't believe you haven't heard of this.
No, I haven't heard of it. And there's
Yeah,
video of it?
The video's wild.
Ran into a building.
A video of him crashing or just like the aftermath?
No,
Everything.
the
I'll show you
whole
the video.
thing, the guy
Remind me
going
of
down
break.
the street and everything.
Who videoed it? Was it a
sounded
bystander?
some
Or
kid
on.
just was like,
I have a conspiracy theory about this. Why was somebody recording at the top of that building of the car driving by? They might have known. It's a little conspiracy theory I got.
I wonder if they could hear him coming from. I mean, I imagine they could hear him coming from all the way down at the end of Cumberland.
Maybe. It wasn't a security camera. It was just some kid recording outside of his window. At
Were they-
3:30
That's
a.m.
a
in the
good
morning.
point, Matty, honestly.
You know,
why would you have your phone out at that
That's
time?
my point.
To record the street.
You didn't just hear it coming down the way. And if you look at the video, it wasn't like he was tracking the car.
I don't know. I need to see the video, but I could see somebody being out there drunk trying to send some Snapchat to some girl and having the video going of their rooftop view, and then all of a sudden, boom, they see something great coming. Yeah, like I could see that. Like, hey, I'm on the rooftop, come see me, and then like, boom, oh my god.
262 days for this animal cruelty is ridiculous.
I mean, 10 days for the other is ridiculous too. Like,
Yeah,
were they college
$15,000.
kids?
Yeah.
Or do they know who?
Yeah, I don't think they
Underage.
went to school here. I think they were like visiting.
Oh, was that what it was?
Or they drive?
They got a ton of reckless endangerment charges, along with driving under the influence and this and that. But they were like,
Oh, they're under the influence too.
it was like illegal possession of something. I don't know if it was alcohol.
I need to do some research on this.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Pretty messed up.
Okay. All right. Speeding on Knoxville Strip. Let me see what I can come
This
up
should have been a headline yesterday. I can't believe we didn't go over this.
with. Nashville teen.
Yeah.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
They found 30 grams of marijuana. This guy's just an idiot.
Wait.
Like, this guy's clearly just an idiot. They found a mason jar of 30 grams of marijuana in his car. So he is just, if you're going to be riding dirty.
Is there a picture?
Oh yeah, there's two of them, right? Boston West and John Yates.
This WATE story does not have any pictures, but I'll see if I can find a different one.
Yeah. You never heard about this either, Bubba?
No,
Now-
I'm very familiar with the video.
Okay.
And
Now,
stuff.
I will say you saying 10 days in jail, that doesn't feel accurate.
No. That's what they were saying based on the charges until he goes, to in front of a jury, or not a jury, lawyer.
I mean,
judge.
they got charged with a lot though.
Yeah, I was
They
gonna
got
say-
with possession, exchange, drug
Correct.
paraphernalia, prohibited possession of
Okay.
tobacco by minors,
Yeah.
confiscation, DUI, evading arrest, possession of fake IDs, suspended, speeding, traffic control, public intoxication, vandalism, reckless endangerment.
Yeah, no, they're going to throw the books at these people. These people
should.
are going to get 5 or 6 years for this. I don't know where you got the 10 days unless you're saying they're
No,
doing a
that's
mandatory
not-
holding
right.
them now. But
Correct.
That's actually a pretty stiff penalty to like have to sit in jail for 10 days before actually standing trial. That's pretty stiff.
Don't go around killing any birds, though.
Well, this guy's going to do. These guys are going to get way
Hell,
more than 8
if he
months.
would have hit a bird going 90 miles an hour, he would have got another 252 days tacked on.
I need to show you how the damn judicial system works.
That's crazy.
I need to show you. I need to show you how all this works. Tuesday trivia coming up next. Stick with us.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Let's play some Tuesday trivia. One more headline, by the way, we didn't get to that I think we should mention. That kind of ties in with this live read for Inward Half. But Tiger Woods back. Not in the Masters just yet, but he is taking over the golf league. I guess the Team Jupiter, is that their name? Team Jupiter?
Yeah.
The Jupiter Lynx. They are playing for a playoff spot, or what the hell's happening here? Is a championship on the line?
I think this is like the TGL championship.
Okay.
It means nothing for this. Nobody cares about him in the TGL thing. I think it just means that he's probably trying to ramp up for the Masters potentially.
He's also probably trying to help TGL get a ratings boost, and it would be kind of cool. Not that I care about the TGL championship. If it's a playoff thing, like there's some clutch moments, I'd like to see. It makes me maybe want to watch. Tiger Woods going to be swinging a golf club on TV. Is that tonight?
I believe so, yeah.
7 p.m. on ESPN. That's right. All right. That and Tuesday Trivia brought to by our friends over at Inward Half. Check out their selection, inwardhalf.com. They got something for the entire family. Their T-shirts, as soft as it gets. Maddie, I need to get you some Inward Half gear. I need to get you a shirt. What size are you? Medium?
Sure.
They run a little big. You think you're medium?
Then go with a small.
Okay. I'll get you something. All right, Tuesday Trivia. Here's the way it works. Sam's going to give us, 5 topics? No, 7. 5 topics?
5 topics.
5 topics. That's right. 5 topics. We have 7 questions. That's right. All right. They're going to range from 1 to 5. Really easy to really hard. You get 7 rounds. Highest score at the end wins. What topics do
I
you
would
have?
write these categories down, Maddie, and
Yeah.
maybe have like a
pull up Microsoft Word.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you can like knock off each question that gets answered.
The way I do it is I just put what gets asked. So I'll put like sports 3, general 3, and then you can kind of differentiate.
Yeah.
Versus right. So just write down these 5 topics.
All right, go ahead.
All right, we got general, video game cover athletes. I name the character, you name the actor.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Restaurant slogans and championship game losers.
I like them. General, video game cover athletes. Sam names the character, we name the actor. Is that right? Or vice versa, either way. Restaurant slogans, championship game losers. Because I am a great host, a hospitable host, I will allow you to go first if you would like to.
Thank you.
You can also go second if you want. And I would suggest kind of the best strategy is to start with the 3-pointers.
Okay. Let's do it. I'm going to go with restaurant slogans 3, please.
Restaurant slogans for 3. Come hungry, leave happy.
Ooh.
What the hell is that? I've heard that a million times.
Is there a timer on this thing, or how does it?
It's a gentleman's game. You usually don't need to take longer than like 40 seconds. Sam will give you a 10-second warning.
Sure. Can you say it again?
Come hungry, leave happy.
You get penalized for being wrong?
No, you just don't get. No, you
points.
just don't. You just don't get any points.
I'm going to go with Olive Garden.
That would be IHOP.
Oh, I was going to say Denny's. That makes sense. I was going to say Denny's. I'm glad I didn't get that because I would have said Denny's. All right, give me character actor because I think that one's the most fun.
Character actor for 3.
Yeah.
Who plays Stringer Bell in The Wire?
Idris Elba.
That's a good one.
Correct.
Great actor.
Let's go. It's your turn.
Yeah. Give me restaurant slogans for 4.
Restaurant slogans for 4. Hot eats and cold treats.
I should have done 2. Hot eats, cold treats. What? Hot eats, cold treats. I know you have no clue.
I wouldn't say I have no clue.
Hot eats, cold treats.
But just
I'm
going
going
to
to go Cinnabon.
You'd be looking for Dairy Queen.
I was going to say Dairy Queen. That's what I was going to say because they got the ice cream and they got food.
I thought Cinnabon was a great guess.
Do they have cold treats at Cinnabon? What are the cold treats at
I honestly
Cinnabon?
couldn't tell you the last time I've been to a Cinnabon.
I just think of like they have cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
I would have said Dairy Queen actually. I've never heard that, but just logically, I was looking for a place that's known for food and dessert.
Yeah.
Give me championship game losers for 3, please.
The Colts won the Super Bowl in 2007. Who was the opposing quarterback?
Okay, so it's not the team, but I believe fairly confidently it was Rex Grossman with the Chicago Bears.
That is correct.
I'm going to go with General for 3.
There you go. Good strategy. Good strategy.
General for 3. What is the name of the skull and crossbones pirate flag?
Oh, like on Pirates of the Caribbean? What is the name of this?
Oh, yeah, that does have a name.
Yeah.
What the hell is it?
Let's go with God, I have no clue. This is a bad look for me.
What is the name of that?
The R flag.
What is the name of that?
The Jolly Roger.
That's right.
I wouldn't have got that.
That's right. Once you said it, I got it. I was going to okay.
I would have got that.
Let me 1, 2, 3.
Can I ask you? So if you go and you don't know the answer, can I steal?
No, there's no steals.
No, okay.
steals. Yeah.
So it's only yours.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
I guess I don't feel great about it, but for the culture, I'll do video game cover athletes for 3.
Who appeared on the cover of NCAA Football 14?
NCAA Football 14. Okay, so I guess that was the last one they made before they brought it back. Is that Denard Robinson?
That is correct.
What was that, Bubba?
I was trying to memorize between Denard Robinson and Mark Ingram.
Oh.
But
I think Ingram was the 13 one.
I would be surprised if he was 13 because didn't he win the
12.
Heisman in like 09?
Okay.
Robert Griffin was 13, I think. Tim Tebow was 11. Crabtree was 10.
Okay.
I need some momentum here. Give me restaurant slogans for 2.
Let's hope you get it right.
Restaurant slogans for 2. A sub above.
Subway. Excuse me, Jersey Mike's. I'm sorry. I knew it was Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's.
Because he came back in the middle of the night, I'll give him the 2 points.
I have to defer to the other player there.
I was confusing my sub places. That's also my favorite restaurant. Too.
Yeah, I know you like it, so I'll give it to you.
Big Jersey Mike's guy.
If he comes back and beats me, I might say otherwise.
I'm coming back here. Let's do it. Go ahead.
For my personal entertainment, give me characters, actors for 4.
Character actors for 4. Aldous Snow in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, when you said Aldous Snow, I was thinking of the guy from. I was thinking of Donald Sutherland in Hunger Games, but Aldous Snow, that's Russell Brand.
That is correct.
Oh, I wouldn't have got that. How many points was that for?
4.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, John. Give me restaurant slogans for 5. Let's get some points on the board.
Just like you like it.
It's a pretty freaky slogan. Just like you like it.
Maddie's picked up a new pickup line.
That's wow.
I'm going to take you to Fuddruckers, girl. Give it to you just like you like it. Hopefully the answer's not actually Fuddruckers.
Carvel's?
If you want to take a girl and see if she just likes it how she likes it, take her to Whataburger.
Oh, okay. Let's do championship game losers for 4.
Jim Calhoun and UConn won their second national title in 2004, defeating which team?
Georgia Tech.
That is correct.
I wish Cody was here to see this. Take this ass whipping.
He's not going to believe that you did this.
I wish Cody was here to see this ass whipping.
Give me general for 4.
General for 4. What country used to be called East Pakistan?
What country used to be called East Pakistan? What? What country used to be called East Pakistan? I don't know. Pakistan. West Pakistan. What?
Doesn't feel like the right answer.
Bangladesh.
Who would have? What? Did you know that?
No, but I didn't go to general for 4. I know where my lane
Maddie,
is.
you're down. You need to be getting like 2s. You need to be going.
I need to get big points here.
He's cooked.
This game's over.
He's lucky I gave him the 2 points for Subway, or else he could have been looking at a shutout.
Yeah, I'm going. Don't take my 1, by the way, restaurant slogans. That's where I'm going next.
All right.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
There's a part of me that loves trying to get into the 20-point club. Only a few times has anybody gotten to 20 points. I can do that pretty easily just by going for 2-pointers here on out, but that's not fun. Is it? That is to championship game loser, character actor for 2, and get to 21. And do I do losers for 5 or actor for 5?
All right, let's go.
Really?
Pick it up. I mean, we're not here. We got all day.
You in a hurry to miss a question?
I just want to get to my 1 point restaurant slogan.
Okay. Give me. Feels pretty lame. Give me losers for 5.
Losers for 5. Who did the Colorado Avalanche defeat in 7 games to win the Stanley Cup in 2001?
I remember this, but I don't remember. I do remember watching this, actually. There was some old man. Was it Patrick Bork or something like that? Who was it? There was an old man that was like, he used to play in Boston a long time. Then he went to.
You do have the first name right.
Okay. What's his last name?
I believe Roy is who you're looking for.
Oh, no, that's not. I don't think. I know there's a Patrick Waugh, but I don't. It's pronounced Raw or Patrick Waugh. Yeah, it's pronounced that way, actually. But I don't think that's who I'm thinking of, but maybe it is. They beat, for some reason, Dallas is coming to mind. Oh, wait, hold on. Minnesota. I don't think that's right either, but give me Minnesota.
The New Jersey Devils.
Okay. I actually remember that now that you say it. Rats.
How many rounds we have left?
You're heading into your last round.
Give me restaurant slogans for 1.
Restaurant slogans for 1. I'm loving it.
I just said it too. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. McDonald's.
Wow.
Baby. Got 3 points.
No, Ray Bork. That is who I was thinking of. It
Ray
was
Bork?
Ray
Okay.
Bork. Yeah. I said Patrick Bork, but it was Ray Bork.
I feel like I remember seeing Roy, the name Patrick Roy, in that Google search.
Well, he's a stud. Like he was like I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but he was really, really good. This Bork guy, I don't know if he was. He was just an old, like, for some reason it stands out to me that him skating around with the cup crying. He was like 40 years old.
That is a big moment. I feel like whenever every year with the Stanley Cup final that gets played.
Yeah. 11-year-old me was locked in. I wish I would have gone with video game cover athletes for 4 instead of losers for 5, but I was actually somewhat in the ballpark there. At least I knew what the series was. I'll do video game cover for 4, see if I can get to 21. I don't feel good about it, though.
Name the 3 athletes featured on NBA 2K16.
3 cover athletes.
If you don't get this,
2K16. If I don't get this,
come on. Greatest game ever.
Is Kobe one of them?
Nope.
Okay, who is it?
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Blake Griffin.
No.
What? Oh no, it's Paul George.
No.
What?
If I don't get this, he says.
Is Anthony Davis on it?
Anthony Davis is one.
Damian Lillard?
Nope. William looks disgusted.
Maybe
Hopefully
it's
not
17.
me, because I wasn't playing 2K back in 2016. Matt is the one that acted like it was a slam dunk.
It's Anthony Davis. It's all right, William. Settle down over there. It's Anthony Davis. It's
this is worse than
everybody. They're all dunking. The 3 of them dunking out of the gym. It's Anthony.
William's face. I wish y'all could see this.
It's Anthony Davis. Is it a forward? We have another guard? It's Chris Paul.
No. I want to sit here and see how long it takes you to get this. Because you're already you're what, 1 for 7?
Yeah, 1 for 7. Anthony Davis. Why does William look like that? Can I get a hint? Give me another guard or another position.
I mean, it's big names back in 2016.
Really? Anthony Davis. LeBron's not on it.
No.
It's Anthony Davis. There's 2 other people.
How many times are you going to say Anthony Davis?
Steph Curry. No.
Steph Curry's
What?
one of them.
I never would have got that. And
he had just won a championship.
Kevin Durant.
No.
He had just won a championship.
We're going to
I was
say
talking about Curry. I was talking about Curry had just won a championship.
I don't remember this cover. I'm referring to the Blake Griffin one. It's Anthony Davis. I know that.
we have established that Anthony Davis is on there.
Give me the position? Is another big?
Another guard.
Another guard. It's Clay Thompson. No, it could be. They were
It's
never
so
on the
much
same cover.
funnier because you was like, you better get this.
Well, I wonder which I wonder which one I'm thinking of then. William, which one's the one with Blake Griffin and the other two players?
13.
Is it? No, that's not 13.
It's 13. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, LeBron's 12. Or 14? 14 with him in Miami.
12 is Michael Jordan.
Who is the last player? Is a player currently in the league?
Yep.
It's currently an all-star?
Don't think so.
The guy on here is one of the biggest.
I don't know if he
he's
made
a
an all-star
huge-
team
he's
or
a
not,
huge
though.
name. Step back.
MVP candidate.
Step back.
This is pitiful. This is sad.
MVP.
This guy
Oh,
makes
so NBA guy, James
it's
Harden.
Yeah, this guy
Harden.
yells about how much NBA he knows. My God.
I don't remember this cover. Show me.
That's
the picture.
pitiful.
William's disgusted right now.
That's pitiful. I was looking at that one.
That's what I was looking at.
Well, that's what I just looked
Which
up
is
to
who?
see. That's 2013.
No, but
but
who's
that's
on it?
Durant and Derrick Rose.
Thank you. I would have got that with Blake Griffin.
I don't think you would have.
Yeah, 100%.
After 15 tries,
I would have
baby.
totally got that one. Listen, I'm going to come back. Cody's not here next week.
Right.
Cody's not here next week. I'm coming back for redemption next Tuesday. Everybody show up, okay?
I thought these categories were going to be tailored to you, Maddie.
Really?
Was there not
Yeah.
was there not a Michael Jordan version in 2016? Am I making that up? Do they not run back something with Michael Jordan?
There might have been some like special edition or
edition.
limited
Yeah.
edition.
I don't really know.
Next
It got
week.
kind of hairy when I started looking these up.
I want redemption next week. You don't have to tailor them. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to get redemption next week. I guarantee you it's a close game next week. Guarantee it. Okay? Charles Barkley, guarantee.
What is a close game in your opinion?
I'm within 10 points.
That's not very close.
No, I'm within a question's worth.
I liked so within 5 points.
Yeah.
Okay. I liked the character actor one, Sam.
Yeah,
what
it was
was
good.
5 on that?
Lloyd in Entourage.
Oh,
I know the guy, but I know what he looks like. I don't know his
yeah,
name.
the Asian guy.
Yeah, I don't. Of course, you love Entourage. That's
Well, I get compared to Ari all the time.
that's about as on brand as I
Yeah.
could. Yeah,
I get Ari a lot.
Rex Lee.
yeah. I don't know.
Can
if
we
I've,
get the other two for those?
I don't know if I've ever heard of that guy's name.
Do what?
Actors? What were the other questions? Curious.
2 and 1. You want the 2 and 1 pointer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Scott in The Office.
No, that's Steve Carell.
And then Tony Soprano.
That's Gambino, isn't it?
Gambino,
Childish Gambino, yep.
the big Bambino.
Yeah, it's Gambino.
Okay. Last call on the other side. Stick with us.
Here at Fan Run Radio, we're not just some podcaster streaming from his mother's basement, but we're also not a bunch of mouthpieces on state-run radio telling you what we've been told to say. We're the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, it's Russell Smith here for ECR Total Landscapes. I had the ECR crew out to my house last year to remove multiple trees on my property, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the work they did. Not only did they cut down several trees that were too close to my house, they also grinded the stumps and cleaned up the work site, leaving my yard looking better than before. Take it from me, if you've got a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree that's threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes for a free estimate. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. 865-384-2012. That's 865-384-2012. Your local tree cutting experts. These guys get the job done. Check out their website, ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional. I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves. You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, The timeline, it's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Last call here on the program. You know, I gotta say, Maddie, the ESPN picture I was looking at of Fernando Mendoza, I didn't see it, but I think a lot of people do see the Mendoza comparison. You showed me a couple pictures, which makes me think that you keep those saved on your phone. That way you can show people, because you very quickly put up two, basically, and scrolled one after another, and they were right next to each other, and you did look pretty Mendoza-y in that.
Well, how I came to this,
I think you go around telling people you look like Mendoza.
No. How I came to this uncanny comparison is it was sent to me with those two side-by-side photos, and I just saved them.
So
it was
they
the first
are
time
in your
I was
camera
ever
roll.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first time I was ever told that, and I was like, yeah, I kind of see it. And then it just started happening. People kept asking me for autographs and pictures, and I just had to get to a point where I was like, look, it's not time, but it makes sense.
Next, people want to know, is your Trump impression intentional? Sam, let's listen along and see if we think Maddie's Trump impression is intentional.
Look-alike contest at Tennessee just a week ago. I didn't do it, but I was told, everyone told me that I had to do it, and I didn't do it, but I should have done it, and it could have been good. You wouldn't have won.
They told me I had to do it. I didn't do it, but I should have done it. I could have done it. I would have won.
When we went to break, Bubba and I were like, Maddie sounded like Trump right there for a second.
He's got the hands thing going too. I didn't do it, but I should have done it.
He told me I looked like him, but I didn't think so.
Is that intentional, Maddie?
I would be lying if I said I haven't gotten that many times before as well.
Okay.
I do get that often. No, it is not intentional. Yes, it is truly how I speak, sound, and am.
It's a great comparison.
I've been
Some
told
say
I
the
have the
best.
hand gestures. Yeah, I get it. I sound like him. I get it.
But the people agree. The people say that you do look like Mendoza. So
Have
there
you
go.
come around on that take?
Well, like I said, on the pictures that you showed me, but honestly, sitting here next to you, like, I don't look at you and think Mendoza, but
I'm better looking than him.
I don't necessarily think Mendoza's a handsome fella.
Do you like Legos?
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Mendoza loves Legos.
No, not a Lego.
All right.
Oh, I thought you were setting him up for like a Goodwill
Yeah.
Hunting, build something, how you like them apples type of situation. But no, you're just asking if he likes building Legos. The two pictures that you carry around to show people at the bar and get compliments from people, I do think you look like him there. But
Yeah.
again, you're not 6'5", 225.
Is he 6'5"?
That's what he's listed at.
No, I'm not 6'5", 225. I'm 5'9", 165. So
you could be his little brother.
I could be his little brother.
Yeah.
I could be Matthew Mendoza.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. We're both from Miami.
Right.
Both from the South Florida area, private school. You know, both have mutual friends. Both love the city. And both are two incredible athletes, good-looking people, and are always looking to do the right thing in life because we're two people raised by great parents.
There you go.
Shout out to our parents.
Shout out to your parents.
Yeah.
Bubba, what do we miss today?
We have Nate Ament getting sponsor mogged as Darius Acuff Jr. signs with
No.
Reebok.
I don't know if that's getting sponsor mogged as much as them just like teaming up. It's a dynamic duo now. Now Reebok's coming back. They got Acuff and Ament both.
What if Reebok feels like Nate's draft stock is slipping and they're like, all right, let's go lock down Darius Acuff?
There might be some of that, but like, Nike had LeBron and Kevin Durant. It didn't necessarily mean that like Durant was lower than. It was just like, hey, we got two of the best athletes. Now I do think Acuff's draft stock's probably surpassed Nate Ament's, and Acuff's been a bigger college basketball star. Will he be a bigger NBA star? Yeah, probably. Because as much as I like Nate Ament, and I am a Nate Ament supporter, at least after this first year, I'm not seeing like star potential in the NBA. It kind of sucks for him because it's just kind of funny because it does look like Tobias Harris to me a little bit. Like, hey, you might have a really long career in the NBA, but like you're not ever going to feel like a star. But you can still make a lot of money. Like Tobias Harris, that's no insult. He's made, $500 million in his NBA contracts. He's still getting it done. Hell, the Lakers and Pistons played a great game last night, and Tobias Harris is still getting clutch buckets in the low post down there. But Acuff to me looks like a star potential. Like he can get out there. Hell, when you get the stamp of approval from Allen Iverson of all people, like Allen Iverson posting, videos with him saying that he's the next one, like that's a pretty big stamp. And unlike John Morant, who also got that stamp from AI, unlike John Morant, Acuff seems to have a pretty good head on his shoulders. Acuff seems to have the other stuff that it takes to become a star and stay a star.
Did Acuff go to Cranbrook?
I don't know if he went to Cranbrook or not. I don't know what Acuff's background is. I just know Acuff's the type of player you want where he's like, hey, I'll go there and play 40 minutes for my team if you need me. He feels a little bit like Cam Ward in that respect. A little cross-sport comparison. I don't know if Cam Ward is going to be an actual star in the NBA, or in the NFL, excuse me. I'm pretty confident he won't be one in the NBA. But like Cam Ward, he checks the one box that I really love, and it's like he wants to be a great player, and he loves the sport. I feel that way about Acuff. So I'm rooting hard for his success. I'm really happy that he is an Arkansas Razorback instead of a Kentucky Wildcat. It felt a little gross rooting for like John Wall. But like, I don't hate Arkansas, and I kind of like Calipari. I always have. But like the Kentucky rivalry didn't make me really want to root for those Kentucky guys. But him in Arkansas, I can root for that.
My grandpa was like a massive Arkansas fan, and he's passed, but like my grandma wasn't a huge sports fan. And I was talking to my mom the other week, and she's like, oh, she loves Darius Acuff. I'm like, how the hell does my grandma know who Darius Acuff is?
He's a superstar, man. And like I said, he seems like somebody you can easily watch and like fall in love with and like hear him talk and like hear what he says about Arkansas. And if you care about that team, like he'll be a legend down there. He'll be a one and done that, I would be surprised if like down the road he was pulling the Kentucky stuff of like, hey, I'm falling also guy now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if they run off Calipari, he'll follow him to the next spot too. But I don't know. I just really like some Acuff. So I think that's a good thing for Nate. The Reebok team grows a little stronger. We haven't talked about it, but we did get a couple transfer portal names for the Lady Vols. Alyssa Latham leaving as a grad transfer after her junior year. She wasn't a key player by any means, but I did appreciate her parents put out a statement. Basically, it was just like, hey, she loves the Lady Vols. Whenever she got the call to transfer here, it was a big accomplishment for her, a big deal. She loves it, but like respect her decision. She's just leaving. And I think that's fair game. Like, hey, go on.
It's all fair game.
Yeah. But then you also had a 5-star freshman. Is it Denia Prowl? Is that how you say it? Is that the name?
Prowl, yeah.
Prowl. She entered the transfer portal. 5-star freshman. Didn't have great numbers in her first year. I don't know if she would have been a big-time player here or whatever, but she's entering the portal, and a lot of the women's college basketball reporters and writers and accounts are saying it's just kind of the first two of many coming. Did see an update from an account covering women's basketball. I don't know if they're super reputable or whatever, but I can't imagine there's too many women's basketball writers out there. So if they say something, it does circulate. But they're saying, hey, it's more coming soon, including maybe star guard Jaleesa Cooper. So we'll see.
I have a stat for you.
Jaleesa.
Yeah.
Leisure, sorry.
Duke, who is set to play St. John's, as we know.
Uh-huh.
Duke has never won a national championship without beating St. John's in its path. Ever.
Really?
Yep. 1990 to 1991, 92, 01, 10, 15, and 26 to be determined.
Huh.
Yep.
Fascinating.
How many times have they won with a pair of brothers on their team?
I would assume, well, I don't want to assume. Have they had a pair of brothers on their team? Wait, what kind of brothers?
I mean, are they not blood brothers?
Oh, that's what
I think
you
he
mean.
was making a joke there.
I didn't know what you were getting at.
Did the Plumleys win a title? Would the Plumleys have been there for a championship?
The Plumleys.
I mean, because all three of them were at school there at one time. I didn't know if they won a title at that point ever.
There had to be one on that 2010 team, I feel like.
It says all three Plumlee brothers won a championship with Duke, so I would imagine so.
So I'm going to go 2.
Anything else, Bubba? Before Maddie stepped all over your segment? That's sad.
Dobbs out of the Patriots.
Josh Dobbs released. They said they tried to trade him, couldn't find a trade offer, which...
Not a great offseason for VFLs.
Nah, but I imagine Dobbs will still find a job somewhere as a backup. I'd say he's got that respect, that he's a professional. He's smart. He can learn a playbook. He's professional. He's not a quarterback that's going in there to push you to try to get starter reps or anything. He knows his role.
He ain't Peyton, who turned 50, John. 50 is nifty.
Turns 50 today?
Yep.
Peyton Manning?
Yep.
50?
Yep.
Damn. I bet that makes a lot of people feel old.
Shares a birthday with Steve McQueen and Harry Houdini.
If only Peyton was a little bit more elusive in the pocket, we could have made some really good Houdini jokes about his escapes, but he wasn't very good at that.
See you next week for trivia.
I'll see you next week. Study up.
Will do.
Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching